It's July the 3rd, 2026. I am at Joel Pearl, thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky, and it's time to get in the weeds. A fantabulous Friday, a feature Friday, in that we have nothing to talk about, but Jeremy Lambert's here. So, how you doing?
Nothing to talk about. There was Collision last night. There was the greatest company in the world, TNA Wrestling, last night.
Number two,
Plenty to
baby.
talk about.
Yeah, I guess we got that. And then you know what? In the celebration of the season, because no one's really running a live show this weekend, understandably so. There's something going on in the U.S. that people care about. But there's a tape SmackDown tonight, and because we want to give back to you people, we're going to give you an interview. We're going to run the highly anticipated, and it was teased yesterday. There was a tease in the Court Bauer interview in which Jeremy explained some of his questioning and lines of questioning that will eventually get him banned from all MLW appearances.
MLW likes me for some reason. I have no idea why.
Someone
no
has to.
idea.
Someone
I
has
don't
to,
get
I
it
guess.
at all.
Does your mom still call you?
Like my mom?
Yeah.
Why? That's weird.
Does your mom still call you?
Oh, yeah?
All right. Well, someone has to love you, and this is just one of those cases. Your mom still chooses to call you, so MLW still chooses to call you too.
Fair. I have no idea why they like me so much. Like their PR person like really likes me for some reason. I don't get it at all, but I appreciate them.
We have fun. That's honestly, that's what it comes down to. We're not asking the same silly questions the whole time.
The worst reaction I got yesterday from Court was your slaughterhouse show.
Because you didn't sell it. The way you explain it, you're just like, so he's gonna do like you didn't explain it.
I couldn't sell it and explain it.
The man was catching crabs, Jeremy. He wasn't paying attention to the word.
But not catching crabs, hopefully.
Well, that's just up to him to deal with. But there's shampoo for that. But the point is, you didn't sell it. You just said he was too busy crabbing that he didn't have a chance to understand the wordplay.
So I wasn't going to ask it at all because I was like, that's your question to ask. And then I saw you in the chat said ask it. So I was like, okay, well, I'll ask it. But I legitimately wasn't going to ask it because I was just going to leave it to you. So
I couldn't hop in. I was in the middle of something.
Well, I can't help you there either. Nah, I don't know why. I mean, MLW, yeah, they get the show, says Louis. Bless them. They might be the only ones, but they do.
It's fair. Someone on Monday's show, or I think it was Monday's show, said something like, you guys should get more coverage. It's a travesty. But it's the way it was worded, it sounded like they were being mean to us.
Oh,
but they were actually
fair.
trying to be nice to us and be like, it's a travesty that people don't talk about you guys more. And I was like, thank you.
I'm always of two minds of that, right? Like, I want more coverage in some instances, but I also don't want to be one of those shows that gets like clipped and cut to death because we say a lot of stupid things, but a lot of them are in jest, and we'd be clipped and taken out of context so much that we'd probably get canceled in like 2 days, or that's giving us too much time.
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah, so that's why like I'm good with our little space that we have here, because they clip and cut Sean to death, and Sean blows his nose, and people he'll never be able to get away from you do coke because he blew his nose. Like I definitely don't want that on our resume, because we say a lot of stupid things on these shows, and 99% of them are setting up some other type of joke or the punchline of a joke, and I do not need the punchline of a joke to be like, this is his real opinion on things. Like, no, it's not. Please don't cancel me.
The one thing that I love about our show and hate about our show simultaneously is the fact that, yes, we'd love to continue growing and we'd love to continue having, everyone supporting us from all across the world. But also, if it's done in the way that is most popular right now, which is clipping and cutting and sending out, hot takes and stuff, it's probably what we're going to get. But also, like, we have good conversations, and that's what sucks the most.
Yeah. Well, that's where I got to yell at the social media team and be like, hey, clip and cut this stuff so we can put these interviews on there. I've done that today. Hopefully they listen to me. I was like, can you please put Court's comments on Bishop and his comments on the Southern Crown title on socials today? So hopefully someone listens to me.
We'll see. You have to get into the social media team Slack.
Yeah, I don't have that. But can you put a message in there and be like, please do this? Remind them, because I don't have that.
I'd add you to it, but I feel like you would get incredibly annoyed.
I would be so pissed at everybody.
You should. I'm not burying our social team. They work incredibly hard at the things that they do. It's just very funny, some of the conversations that happen.
Oh, they work very hard. They're very good. I like everybody on the team. I would also, get mad at them because I get mad at Sean. Sean works very hard. I love Sean. Yes. Sean's like a legitimate friend. I still get mad at him when it comes to stuff. So
I had Sean on Wednesday's show trying to tell people that redemption is happening in Alberta, and I was like listening to him again. I was in the middle of doing something else, and I'm like, "What the Alberta? I'm not flying to Alberta. What the fuck is this?" 6 minutes in, I can swear. Yeah, and then someone finally someone commented on the video and be like, shows in Montreal, not Alberta.
Yeah. I get mad at everybody at work. I'm just like, can you just not just do your job? As Nathan McKinnon famously once said to Jared Bednar, just do your job.
As Roman Reigns once famously said to Sam Roberts, I do what I'm told and I hope to get rich.
Fairs.
Yeah. How's that working out? Well, I mean, now it's working out great.
It's working out pretty well for him right now.
Yeah, I was going to say 15 years ago.
I don't even feel like he's doing what he's told anymore. He's just like, doing what he wants.
The man is so above the company. It's upsetting
sometimes. Rules.
When do you think we'll see him again on WWE television?
He's got to be there for the SummerSlam build, right?
Let's see.
At the very least, SummerSlam. Yeah.
They usually would put out his upcoming events calendar with like Roman specifically usually gets that. They haven't done that for July. Yeah. That was maybe they didn't want the same problem with Night of Champions where everyone figured out he wasn't going to be there.
Seth is going to have to carry this whole feud. No, he's already got a SummerSlam match. He'll be there for the build, so he'll be on TV.
He'll send Jacob Fatu every week to do it instead.
That's fine. That'd be hilarious, honestly.
I'm here to represent the OTC, and you're just like, what are you doing here? You're the loser of the OTC war. Anyway. Someone saying Wi-Fi forgot Joel reviewing TNA on his own because they don't want to have another person.
Cresta said, I ain't working TNA.
Brother, I wish that were the answer. It's honestly, listen, here's the real honest to God answer. And I think we tackled this when they moved at the beginning of the year. I was planning to be done with the Impact post shows. I was like, once they announced 9:00, I was like, this is dumb. I'm not going to start a post show at 11 o'clock. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm tired. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not doing it. And then the week where they weren't live, which was the second week of the AMC stuff, Jeremy messaged me. He was like, hey, are they still airing at 8 o'clock in Canada? And I went and I checked the Sportsnet feed, which I'm in Canada. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, they are. And I didn't message Sean. I didn't DM Sean. I texted Sean, which to me is usually like, I got to ask you something for real. I'm going to text you. So I texted him. I'm like, hey, Canada still airs an hour earlier. Do I still do the TNA post show? Is that worthwhile? And it would just be me because Cresta's in the States. And he's like, I don't care. Do what you want. And I was like, good to know. So
you did this to yourself. You could have just let this slide. No one would have known. No one would have cared. Instead, you were like, oh, it's on early in Canada. I might as well do it. So you did this to yourself.
I did. But also I enjoy doing it because I like the sound of my own voice. No, I like doing it because
TNA wrestlers message you and say, hey, thanks for the compliments today.
No, it's more fun when the former ones start talking about what really went down in certain situations and circumstances. But I'm much happier doing the shows because like I've been covering TNA for 5 years on the site now, give or take.
What?
Yeah, it's been almost 5 years.
Jesus.
In some way, shape, or form. We've been doing a TNA post show or the watch-alongs on Twitch. Like, we've been doing this for a while.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time is gone, man. It's kind of upsetting.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. When I go back on my Facebook memories, aka the things you said that you regret today, once in a while you see some stuff, you're like, I happened 5 years ago? Yeah. So there are days where I'm like, I'm done with this, and there are days where I'm just like, I can hold on a little bit longer. You got like Mike Gilbert, who I talk about, who does his own TNA stuff, I think on his own and also Voices of Wrestling. He is taking off these tapings, the Albany ones. So he's like, I'm off until the Philly tapings because I don't trust anything's going to be good. And he's right, by the way. We'll talk about that.
I saw the spoilers. I did the spoilers for the site. I shot a false finish. Corey Haynes over there. That they had them up, but yeah, these results look terrible.
There's a lot of unbooking they have to do, and also, honestly, I sent you the photo. I sent it to our Fightful Select Discord. The first night in Albany was very sparsely attended. It did not look good. If you watched last night, that was the first part of the tapings in Albany. They didn't have a lot of people there, and then they papered the town. I sent you guys the squared circle stuff. There was someone who was like, hey, I'm in Albany, and they're like walking around giving out free tickets to tonight's show and telling you can go meet the Hardys, and that's it. And I guess it worked. They had more people to last night, but like Ryan Lambert's asking, am I going to regret going to lockdown? I don't know, because
Ryan's going to lockdown.
So this was another thing that that Sean had said on that same episode where he said the Alberta show for AEW. No, wait a minute. He had mentioned the tapings in Albany are going to be a big one for them because it's going to set the tone for their next little while. And I wanted to be like, no, it's not. It's actually the Philly tapings at the end of July, because this was a stupidly planned, logistically horribly planned set of tapings. You're going into the weekend of July the 4th. You're in Albany, so you're in upstate New York. So people who may have been in Canada World wanted to go for Canada Day on the Wednesday. So you're in like that lawless, jobless area where people are just not going. They're on vacation. No one's gonna go. And yes, I understand. Yeah, it's TNA. No one's going. But even if you were able to get people out there, you were gonna have it on what's coming up to a holiday weekend where most people are getting away. And on top of that, if I had been given the logistics book in this case, I would have ran live last night and then taped either afterwards for a week and then done another taping in 2 weeks. I would have just restructured it because they really screwed up doing this whole thing. They should have been live last night, and I know that's kind of a monkey spot because their live shows are typically not very good either. But at least they would have the appeal of doing a live episode and maybe just getting something out of it. But instead, they taped for 2 nights and they got what they got, and it's not very good. So,
yeah, I saw when I saw that they were taped on Wednesday and then had a tapings on Thursday. I was like, why didn't you just run a live show on Thursday? But I guess it makes some sense of, you don't want to do a set of tapings on July 3rd. So I get it, but also seems kind of stupid that you wouldn't just have the live show, considering it's a live show and it's probably gonna do a little bit better for you. I watched pieces of the show last night. I was way more paying attention to Collision, but yeah, the spoilers didn't look like anything impressive, and I mean, I only have so much time for Leon Slater's going to keep losing matches, and Ryan Nemeth and Casey Navarro. I love Casey Navarro, but I don't need Ryan Nemeth matches. And Zaya Brookside and Li Ying Lee are continuing their feud. It's just, there's not a whole lot that's like hitting that I truly care about.
But there's the Knockouts TV title tournament, which by
the way, when Thea Hale wrestles, all right, I'm in. Let's go.
I think that's next week or 2 weeks from now. But they're carrying that all the way to Bound for Glory. By the way, that tournament.
What? That's October.
Yeah, that's what commentary said. They said we're doing it all through the summer, and it'll culminate at Bound for Glory. Or it didn't say culminate, but they're going all the way the road to Bound for Glory.
I mean, it is, in fairness, like it is a very big like tournament. Like there's a lot of people in it, so okay, but that's October.
Yep, that's a long ways away. And also, if this is supposed to be an Impact only title, one that's only defended on Impact, 2 things. One, I don't think you can crown your champion at Bound for Glory if it's, because that's not and the other thing was that kind of gives me a reason to think that this was an AMC ask, because maybe they wanted something that was exclusive to their property. So I'm starting to think that this was AMC asking for TNA to do this thing, and TNA, of course, being more than happy to do whatever their overlords tell them.
All right, I mean, Like, if AMC wanted it, then fine. It's unnecessary, but you're gonna listen to. It's the same thing. Like WWE had to do this. AEW does this. If the network partners are like, hey, can you promote this, or can you try to add this, can you try to do this, like all these companies listen. They're not gonna say to the station that is broadcasting them like, no, is a bad idea, get out. And like, wait, you're paying us to put our show on? Yeah, okay, whatever. It's wrestling. Like, you're supposed to be creative. You're supposed to find ways to make this stuff work. And I'm sure that's why these network executives are like, it's wrestling. You're supposed to be creative. You're supposed to find the way to make this stuff work. We can't do this with. I was going to name some old shows on AMC, but because I don't know what's on AMC anymore. You're not going to like Vince Gilligan and be like, hey, why don't you introduce this character on Breaking Bad? Vince Gilligan like, no, shut up. It's my television show. I'm not going to do what you want on here. So it makes sense why they would do that. And it makes sense that wrestling is supposed to be able to figure this stuff out. Most of the times they can't figure it out, though.
Someone asking, did I just say the Knockouts TV tournament's going on until October? Yeah, that is what Hannafin said on the broadcast last night. If you watch the Mara Sade and Tasha Steelz match, they set it up. They're like, this is going on all through the summer on the road to Bound for Glory. Does that mean that it's going to go all the way to Bound for Glory? I don't know for sure, but if they're saying all through the summer, yeah, sometimes summer goes all the way to October because that's the fall. So we'll see what happens.
Well, hopefully Thea Hill wins. That's all that matters.
Oh, good luck to you. That's probably not going to happen. They gave Gabby Forza some really good shine at the tapings last night, so glad to see that. And also, Shaza McKenzie worked the tapings last night, so good to see her.
Like Shaza.
Yeah, it's good to see these opportunities come up. By the way, because we're 17 minutes into the broadcast, why haven't you left a thumbs up yet? This is the conversation that you get from us and the Pyro, because the
too much TNA. This is not a good selling point at all.
This is great selling points. We gave you Pyro and Ballyhoo and all the conversation you could ever muster, and you can also leave a thumbs up on the video while also hitting that subscribe button, because that goes a long way. And you can donate a super chat any amount, get your question or your statement read on the air, such as Ryan Lambert, who sent us one saying money's for the randomness that is this odd show. We went so far off the beaten path that I did not actually tell you the interview that we're going to air is with Scarlett.
Oh yeah, we just teased it, and yes, it is with Scarlett, allegedly.
We took the longest left turn you can think of.
Yeah, TNA, the TNA left turn.
TNA left.
I still need like some type of drop for that. I just don't know what it's going to be. It's just going to be like Santino's music, like the horns and Santino's music. That's what it's going to be.
Sounds awful. Please don't do that. Someone saying, I don't see why WWE doesn't purchase TNA and put to use lots of the talent they have on their own roster that they're doing with absolutely nothing. Well, here's the thing about that. WWE currently has NXT. They currently have Evolve. TNA currently has 3 people under an actual contract. Everyone else is on some sort of short-term per appearance deal that they say is a contract that they've signed, but it's not a real thing. TNA doesn't own their own ring. TNA doesn't own the production that they use. They rent everything. They are on the shoest of string budgets. There's nothing to purchase other than the tape library. WWE is not in an acquisition mode to want to acquire the TNA tape library. And also, I'm pretty sure they would also scoff at the $40 million price tag, much as everyone else has. So that's why WWE doesn't want to purchase them. And also, the antitrust lawsuit that was filed against them with the MLW and Tubi situation, that amounted to $20 million in the MLW pocket. So let's face it, WWE has nothing to gain by acquiring TNA at this rate. They'll get Moose for a year, and they can just acquire Moose if they really wanted to. There are people that they could just say, we want you. Mike Santana, for example, they could just get him. Joe Hendry, they got him early. Jordan Grace, they got her immediately when her TNA deal expired. There's nothing to acquire. That's why.
Yeah, they can get who they want. They don't have to deal with any of the nonsense otherwise. Like, you're paying for the tape library effectively, because I don't think they want to run another show. That doesn't appeal to them. There's no value in the brand name, so you're just getting the tape library, and they don't have the place to put the tape library. They just put it on YouTube. So there's no point, especially at that price. Like, fine, say like a couple bucks, okay, but a few million, big difference.
They need about tree fitty. Jeroy saying Jordan Grace is in WWE. Yeah, that's fair. That is a fair comment.
That's true. Yeah,
I've said this before.
Watch main event, brother.
That's true. You know what? The most amazing story that Jordan Grace is telling right now is the story of her versus her pilot's license. That has been the most interesting Jordan Grace storyline going on in wrestling these days. And it's on pause right now because for those who had missed it, this was like last week's news. She has an ADHD diagnosis, so that apparently prohibits her from getting her pilot's license. And as a result, she has to reapply for the license, go through a bunch of hoops that includes being off of her meds for something like 90 days and proving that she can still function normally in her duties as a pilot to be able to acquire her pilot's license. So now she's on this, like, I guess, no ADHD medication kick so that she can get her license or reapply for it, or at least ask for. There's a whole loop-de-loop of things she's got to do. Most interesting story. I hope she gets it because everyone loves a happy ending. But if it's not that, then it's like her 27,000 dogs and the love of her husband, which honestly, pretty good life. Yeah.
Hopefully, Jordan is able to still get her license because she was doing it for a good cause and everything too. So
that's right.
It's unfortunate that she can pass everything, but they're like, nope, you're on this med, so never mind. But America. Yeah, she wanted to. I forgot about that part of the story. She wants to like fly down to places that have that need rescue or like animals rescued. She wants to be a pilot for one of those organizations that flies down to needing countries to save the animals. It's amazing and crazy all at the same time. It's, yeah, very interested. Introduce a pilot. That's it. Captain Jordan Grace speaking. Mr. Pilot speaking. We're gonna be flying. No, she's not Skyflight. Matt Seidel's in Skyflight now.
Good for him. You remember when he came back and he's like, I got a feeling I'm going to get gold in this company. I was like, I got a feeling in 2 weeks you're going to be so buried behind the scenes that we won't see you again.
Look at him. He's in Skyflight. He proved you wrong.
Yes, Skyflight, who are the most seen and exposed team.
He's on TV, is he not?
Shane Taylor Promotions were also back this week. That's good.
Yeah, good.
Did they win?
Wins and losses don't matter in any of these companies.
Right. Carmelo once told us, therefore it is true. That's right. I have to find that video again. It's an old Talking Smack video. She said the loud part quiet and the quiet part loud, and I said, nah, there it is. And I clipped it. But yeah. Matt Seidel on TV. When? Well, he was on Thursday. He was on yesterday.
Yeah, Matt Seidel was on Collision last night. He's going to wrestle at some point. They're going to face the Demand. They're definitely going to win.
Well, Matt does have a brother.
Oh, Ryan says Mike Seidel.
Mike Seidel. Oh, Matt. Sorry. Yes, his brother Mike. I don't remember Mike.
He's never wrestling again.
All right then. Certainly not in Japan. No, his brother. I get it. There was something else that I was going to talk about with Collision. Oh my God, Sleepy Excalibur last night.
It was a long taping, okay? Give that man a break.
The man had done himself in so much by doing Dynamite that all he could muster was, and AEW Dynamite in Clearwater, Florida next week, you're going to see Kenny Omega go up against MJF for the AEW World Championship. I can't wait to see if Kenny Omega can challenge again or if he once again can become the AEW champion. Find out this Wednesday in Clearwater Beach, Florida. He's already on vacation. It was amazing. It was like
good for him.
He was in the back doing his like hotel reads, and it sounded sleepy.
It was a long Dynamite. It was a long Collision, 2.5 hours long.
Where's Bryan Danielson? You were in the West Coast. Where's this?
I don't know where Bryan Danielson was. He was battling AI, battling Ghost and AI with Kendrick Lamar.
What an amazing video. Bree was right. She's absolutely right. Get rid of AI and go enjoy the forests more. That's all we need. But Bryan Danielson needs to come back to work. I'm ready for him to do more West Coast jaunts. Are you okay over there? Do I have to call an ambulance?
I'm all right.
All right. I'm not going to call the ambulance.
I mean, you can. I just don't know what
I'm
good
sure
to do.
Someone would find you eventually. I'd also have to find your address again. That's just not happening.
You don't have it still?
If I do, it's somewhere buried in that address.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
Fair.
Zeno Hour saying Collision didn't need to be 2.5 hours. When they told you it was going to be a 2.5 hour episode, I said, this is perfect for our post show, because then I can do the TNA wrap up in 30 minutes and then transfer over to SP3 and Cresta. And that's what we did. It was great. It was amazing. Yeah, I mean, Collision was fine. Collision was Collision. It was very much like the show of its own. Play the clip.
Oh, I forgot I had that clip.
You do have that clip.
Yeah, I haven't used it. I haven't used it enough.
It's fine.
That's what it was.
Yeah, they probably could have cut some matches. Like,
what are you talking about? What do they have cut? Roosh and Jordan Cruz? Roosh is winning.
I mean, I know they love giving Roosh like squash matches and stuff. Like, do we really need like 3 squash matches on this show?
Yes, you do.
I mean, almost 4, because man, the Rascals are just like, hey, go out here and lose in 5 minutes to 3 dudes who have never teamed together before.
Oh, that's how you gotta get Speedball ready for Montreal, baby.
I mean, I know Bailey and Mystico have, but I'm pretty sure Bandito's never teamed with those guys. So go lose in 5 minutes to these guys. Like, boy, that was a rough showing for the Rascals.
Ban Misty Balls.
Nah, we just didn't need. Some of these matches did not like serve too much of a purpose. Like, okay, Roosh keeps beating nobodies. Like, can we do something else, please?
Nope.
Like anything.
Keep doing it.
Yeah. It's it was a show. It wasn't anything like terrible. Well, the Maya and Julia Hart match was rough, unfortunately. That was an unfortunate follow up for Maya. I'll put it all on her. Julia she can be hit and miss, and this was I feel like she's been more miss since returning from injury, which was a while ago at this point.
Did you see that she had talked about what kept
her
out?
I was actually just about to write this story.
Yeah. So she's been diagnosed with what's called ARFID, which is avoidant and restrictive food intake disorder. It's an eating disorder that's a lot different than the ones that we traditionally would talk about. It's a person limiting the amount or variety of food that they eat, but it's not necessarily driven by like the weight or the shape of your body. It's like a sensory thing.
Yeah.
And because of that, you don't necessarily feel like eating, or you're fearing like the possibility of choking on the food. It's a very strange disorder. I mean, I hope that she's finding the things that help her, be able to eat better, or at least eat what she needs. But when she put out something on social saying that she was dealing with ARFID, it was like, oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, so like she's going through a lot, and like that sucks. It was still not a good match, and she's had some rough matches. Like if she's going through a lot, then like maybe keep her out of the ring for a while, or put her in some dark matches, let her get some reps and everything in, because the Persephone match the other week wasn't really great either. Maybe get her and Sky back in doing some tag team stuff, because Divine and the Minion are like, where the hell are all the tag teams? And I guess they're gonna face Mina and Thunder Rosa and her teammate of the week at this point is their new challengers. So do something else, because it doesn't make your product look good when Julia's out there having these matches. It doesn't make Julia look good when she's out there having these matches. So figure out some other way to highlight her, showcase her, if that's what you want to do. But the Athena Arena was good. Main event was good. Otherwise, the opener was good. Probably too long though, but I'm okay with them giving Drilla and Shingo like some good time there.
I loved it. I love the fact that like, Drilla, you're gonna beat one of the Death Riders, but by the end of the week, we'll be back to 50-50. Just you wait. And they did.
Oh yeah, he beat second
Garcia.
least important.
No, I think at this point Danny's at the bottom.
Really? Over behind Yuta?
Yes,
it's close.
only because Yuta's had stories since his
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
yeah, but it's still in the timeline. He's still done more than Daniel Garcia in certain ways. What's Daniel Garcia done? Gotten a new theme.
Yeah, I mean, look, Garcia hasn't done anything. I'm not pretending like Garcia has, but yeah, Wheeler's not done anything. Like the last thing he did was shave his head, and grew back in like a week. Wasn't even like a good payoff to that because he just had his hair back a week later.
He's a hairy boy. You let the hairy boy grow his hair. Stop calling him a bottom boy.
Bottom boy.
You people.
That's mean.
You people are menaces to Wheeler Yuta. What is
bottom boy? They said. Jesus.
I mean, listen, nothing against people who might enjoy that, but like we don't know this about Yuta, so relax. Let the man live, and if he does like that, then kudos to him. Enjoy your life. But come on,
bottom boy.
Man's out here calling him a bottom boy. This is the only person that I can equally say is like not making fun of him that way. You get away with it. Gabe Kidd is both a dog and a rider. He is in fact a dog rider. Nothing new there. But the problem with this is the Death Riders are kind of baby.
Dog rider?
Yeah, I said what I said.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna let that one breathe a little bit. That sounds like something that'll land you in jail.
Only in the U.S. I don't know about that, but like. This is arguably worse than you to the bottom boy. Gabe Kidd is a dog rider.
Dog rider.
Yes.
Jesus.
But here's the problem. The dogs are very much heels and the Death Riders are very much, well, not very much not, but mostly not. What is Gabe Kidd?
Yeah, this is like, I'm fine with Gabe Kidd being like a Death Rider and a dog because that's kind of been obvious. The problem is I thought the Death Riders like went babyface group because of Moxley and Ospreay and everything, but then the rest of them are like kind of heels. There's not a whole lot of consistency with that group right now. And Moxley just like doesn't care that they're attacking these dudes and it's like, hey, we're supposed to stand for something more. And they ain't doing none of that. It's like, yeah, sure, attack them, beat them up, whatever. Like, we got these maniacs running around.
Nobody cared that Claudio used the belt against Bandito in the tag match, or not Bandito, against Brody King and Bandito, like that Brodito match where they used the tag belt to then pin Brody King. And like that would the heels cheated to win. But
yeah,
it's just like, oh, I respect you, so let's have a match, you and me, one-on-one, with no one at ringside. And it's like, yeah, okay, fine. But yeah, the Death Riders are in this strange situation where they're nothing, but also everything all at once from a character standpoint.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of consistency with the Death Riders, and like I love Jon Moxley, but I'm gonna need them to piece that together a little bit better. The fact that SP3 hates it so much is telling. SP3 is a big AEW dick rider.
Jesus Christ.
Big dick rider.
That's right. You did 2 shows in a row with him, so clearly you're all AEW'd out. Oh man, was that an impression of Mox or Danhausen? It was very much Mox. You know what my Danhausen sounds like, you son of a bitch.
I thought he was talking to me. I tried to do Moxley, but I didn't like
you didn't fry your voice.
I didn't lean into it, yeah.
Yeah, that's how Mox sounds. He fries his voice. Yeah. I had a boss once who had vocal fry. It was not fun to have to listen to on a daily basis.
What kind of fries were they?
Not good ones.
Oh, okay.
Burnt fry.
Burnt fries.
He almost rips off Bandito's mask, shakes his hand after beating him.
What's your favorite type of fry, Joel?
I like lattice fries. I guess those are
lattice.
Yeah, lattice, not lettuce. I do like lettuce though. Lattice. They're the ones that are. What do you guys call them?
Let me look this up.
Yeah, there's another way to call them, but curly fries are actually really good too. But
waffle fries.
Waffle fries. Yeah,
okay. That's waffle fries. They're good. Yeah, I've never heard lattice fries.
Yeah, lattice fries or waffle fries, and not crinkle. The wavy ones. I guess those are crinkle cut.
Crinkle cut, yeah. All right.
Yeah. You?
I do like some waffle fries. Yeah. And waffle fries are probably
Oh,
my
tots
favorite.
too are really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say tater tots. Those count, right? Like
Yeah,
they have to
I
count.
count them. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Then,
funny watching my kid who like loves French fries see tater tots and be like, I don't know if I like these. I'm like, shut up and eat them. And he's like, I like these. It's like, yeah, of course you do. They're French fries.
steak fries. We have JoJo's here in Ohio. Those are kind of thick, kind of steak fries. A little bit bigger, but the JoJo's, I'm sure they have them elsewhere, but the Ohio people know what I'm talking about when it comes to the JoJo's.
I like to do like home fry style French fries when I'm making food, when I'm making fries.
Right.
Curly fries are good. You can just they're so,
I do like the curly fries. Yeah, Arby's curly fries. That's what's up.
yeah, they're really good. Recently, the A&W near me went to a thinner French fry, and that really upset me because I liked the French fries they were doing before. Now they're bad. I hate it.
I think Wendy's has pretty decent fries, like when they're hot. I don't love McDonald's fries. I don't really care for Burger King fries either.
Yeah, not much for those. The McDonald's fries are good if you get them unsalted. That's what I find.
Nah, I gotta get them salted, but they gotta be hot too. Like
Fair.
those cold and nasty. Like, I feel like any fast food, you gotta get the fries hot, otherwise they suck. But yeah, Wendy's fries are good. I'll deal with McDonald's when they're hot. If they're, cold and soggy and blah. We yesterday, this has nothing to do with fries. We're going a completely different direction here, but still food related.
Okay. Great turn.
Yeah. We went to the pool yesterday and I was so tired. Kids just beat the shit out of me. But we had these nachos. It was the most, and they like the concessions of the food are actually like really good. Like they got like a legit like catering place for the concessions at the food. We got these nachos though. They were the most like dollar store nacho, like little round crisp nachos. And then they took like the cheese packet and they just poured the cheese on it. And they let them sit there for like 20 minutes. And then we got them. So like none of it was hot. The cheese had all just sogged up the nachos. It was the most disgusting things I've ever had. I might have food poisoning today because of it, honestly. Like there's a way to do like, nachos and cheese and stuff. This was not it. Not it at all. This is terrible.
I've given up a lot of these foods. Someone saying loaded fries with cheese and other stuff. Yeah, I used to like that stuff.
Loaded fries. Yeah, that's what's up.
But those days are gone. I don't do that anymore, at least for now. I'm still working, baby. But yeah, that's trying to think of like other. I've been cooking too much, and I don't eat out anymore at restaurants. Don't start.
What?
I know you.
Oh, I'm gonna ask my wife out on air right now if she wants to go out with me tonight. I'm gonna ship these kids elsewhere, and I'm gonna see if she wanted to go see Jackass, the new Jackass movie.
How romantic
tonight! Yeah, we're a big fan of the Jackass series, so I was gonna see if she wanted to go get that.
I get it.
Or to go get that, but go watch the movie.
Someone in the chat pointing out, always order your fries with no salt. That way they're hot and fresh, and that's true.
Nah,
they salt.
Bojangles fry. Bojangles got like the wedges kind of fries. Yeah, and they got the seasoning on there. Yeah, that's what's up too. I like the Bojangles fries. We got to go see Minions with all the kids. That's what we're going. We got to do that. But like, the kids ain't going to see Jackass with us.
Well, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Well, I mean, yeah, they're not. They're not
age appropriate.
Yeah,
cowards.
My wife always says like I don't have to try. Like just like walk in the room. She's like, all right, trying to fuck. I'm like, yeah.
Let's go. Did I tell you guys the story of taking the kid to the movie theater for the first time? That experience?
I don't think so. I don't know.
So it starts off in Toronto. There's something called Doors Open TO, and Doors Open is when
Terrell Owens.
Yes, when a bunch of Terrell Owens owned restaurants and a bunch of Toronto landmarks / organizations and companies that are typically close to the public open their doors to the public for like a day of checking it out, whether that's the architecture or what they do, things like that. Doors Open is a really cool once a year event in Toronto, and they happen all across Ontario as well. So this year they had, for the first time in a long time, TV Ontario, which is one of the publicly funded TV stations. And they did an open door thing where you could check out the studio and like meet some of the on-air people and all that stuff. So it happens to be there was a show when I was a kid called Polka Dot Door, and Pokeroo for the Canadians was he was kind of like the Sesame Street Big Bird type of character, except he was invisible. So I guess he's kind of like Snuffleupagus until they realized Snuffleupagus can't be an imaginary friend because they decided that imaginary friends were kind of teasing a kid. Anyway, the point is Pokeroo. So I asked my kid, you want to go and we can go check out TVO Studio. You can see what Daddy used to do for a living. I didn't work at TVO, but I worked in TV studios. So kid was like, yeah, I want to see what Daddy did. So we went and we did that. We did the tour. And then afterwards, it's like noon hour. I'm like, want to go get lunch and then go to a movie? And this was his first movie theater experience ever. He had watched movies, but in like bits and pieces, or never more than like a 45-minute feature for kids. And we went to the theater and we sat down to watch, I think it was Minions 3 or Despicable Me 3. Either way, it was a cheapie movie for families. It was like the tickets were like $5 each. So anyway, we bought the tickets. We go in. We have our lunch in the theater, and the movie starts. And we made it about 10 minutes before he got scared by the bad guy character who had turned himself into a cockroach in real, like he had become a cockroach or was obsessed with cockroach. Either way, and he was escaping from jail. And like it turns to me, he's like, "Daddy, I don't like this movie. Where can we go?" And I was like, "Only if I can get a refund." And I did. So we left the theater, and no problem, because we were like 10 minutes into the movie. But yes, should have had him see a scary movie. No, my kid is he's such a gentle boy. He just can't take it. He got scared of a thunderstorm in a movie recently, watching on a tablet for like 5 minutes. He's like, "I don't like this." I was like, "Buddy, a thunderstorm." Bless this child.
So we're gonna go see the Minions at some point. The kids love the Minions. They got all the Minions toys and everything. It's very cute with them. They got one of the purple Minions. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
The bad guy ones?
Yeah.
They're kind of bad. They're monster minions.
Yeah. Hold on.
You're trying to put this big event for yourself together.
Well, no, the wife has agreed to go out on a date with me tonight, and she's like, "Oh, that sounds fun." I was like, "Yes, it's going to be very fun watching other men be naked and shower and poop."
How romantic!
I assume that's what she said. Ain't love grand? But they got these Minions, and they got the purple Minions and everything. And bless the tiny one. People may or may not know the tiny one, but she's the tiny one. Bless the tiny one. She plays with all these toys. Amazing. They lock up the purple Minion. She had a friend over. They lock up the purple Minion, and they put it in like a carrying case, basically. And they're like, "This person's been bad. They're going to jail." And so they lock up the purple Minion and everything. And they set the case in our room. And like, you guys keep an eye on the purple Minion who is now in jail and being bad and everything. I was like, all right, yeah, no problem. They go off. They go play with the siblings and everything. I take the purple Minion out, and I go and I place it in her room. And then, so the purple Minion has now escaped, but it's my doing, but they don't know it was me. So I go back to bed and everything, and then the friend comes in, and she's looking for the purple Minion. She's like, "Where'd it go?" And so the tiny one comes in, and they're like, where did it go? So they go and they accuse all the other siblings. And they jail them. They got like slinkies, and they like put the slinkies around their arms, so they lock them up and everything. You're going to jail. So they put all the siblings in the jail, which is the other room. I'm cracking up because I'm the one who did all of this. And the wife is like, "You have to, like," they're locking up all the children. I was like, "Yeah, well, the children probably did something wrong, so they need to be locked up out here." So they're locking up all the other children, and then they can't find the purple Minion. So like, it's escaped, and all I did was put it like on her bed, but her bed is just like nothing but stuffed animals. So all I did was like put it on her bed at the very top, but like they can't find it either. So they're looking all around the house for the purple Minion, and then they're locking up all the siblings for the purple Minion. And I'm just cracking. I'm dying over here because the finger's not being pointed at me. I didn't do anything wrong. And then I get up and I go do something. I come back and I get a note on my side of the bed. And it's like a wanted list. It's a culprits is what it said. Culprits. All the siblings are listed. A bunch of the other like stuffed animals are listed, and then there's my name with a bunch of the stars next to it. And so I got to confront them now, and I'm like, what is this? Why am I a culprit? I was just laying in my bed. I got an alibi. Ask your beautiful mother. You know, I was just sitting there the whole time. I wasn't doing anything, and they're like, well, you were in there, so it could have been you. I was like, well, why isn't your mom on here? She was in there as well. They're like, well, mom's not going to do that. Mom's innocent. I was like, all right, fair. Mom. Yeah, I was like, fair. Like, mom's innocent. Like, okay, fine. I was like, but I shouldn't be on here. Come on now. That's not right. Like, so then they take me in for questioning. I didn't do anything. But they take me in, they sit me down. I got to get questioned out here. And they're banging on the table and everything. Where were you at this time? And I broke. I finally had to break. I was like, I couldn't keep it. One, like, I couldn't let the children, take it anymore. I couldn't let them take the fall for me. I was like, oh man, I got the big, like, when I finally said, all right, you know what, I did this. They do the very dramatic, like, like they're shocked that it was me. Like, of course it was me. Come on now. This is what always happens out here.
Oh, now they're gonna take you to little people's courts.
Well, I don't know about all that. But then I got jailed. They put the slinky around me, and I had to go to jail. Jailing, by the way, was just like, hey, go to bed with your wife. I was like, yeah, this is jail rules. I'll go here all the time.
Like it was a minimum security bullshit.
They're like, this is where you have to stay. They're telling my beautiful wife, like, you have to watch him. I was like, yes, this sounds great right here. Please leave us alone. Let me rot in jail out here.
You put the sock on the door so you know I'm having a really important time in prison.
So that is what I was doing on, what was this, Wednesday night. I was being jailed for my indiscretions of helping the minion break loose and then pinning it on the other children until I finally just had to break and give up. I wasn't going to. I was just gonna let the other kids take the fall, but like I felt bad because the wife is like, "Are you really gonna let the other children take the fall for this?" Like, yes, I am going to let them take the fall for this. I was like, yeah, that's probably like bad parenting. Like, I gotta set a good example for the kids. Like, if you do something wrong, don't blame others, type of thing. So that's why I finally just had to break. But then one of the kids were like, no, we were working together. I was like, yeah, well, kind of fair, because you're the one who like originally suggested it. So the kids are largely on my side, which is nice. And in this case, got jailed. Had a good time getting jailed. Like to go to jail every night, honestly.
Did you make bail?
Did I make bail? I guess, sort of, maybe.
I don't know where you are right now, but
I made rail.
Should have known that was happening. Should have known that was gonna. You got a conjugal visit. I get it.
Anyway, here's our interview with Scarlett, everybody.
Jesus. Well, let's tackle the thumbnail conversation, and then we can move on to our Scarlett interview.
Why? No, let's do the Scarlett interview first.
Why? It's just gonna drop. I mean, in terms of our viewership, I guess so. Let's do it. Okay, it's our interview with Scarlett. I can tee it up.
We peaked right here. There's no
nothing else left.
Yeah. We can't do anything better than this. We peaked.
Fair. Let me bring this thing up.
Welcome. Oh, you have it. Thank you.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm still Jim.
Stop.
What are we doing here?
No, it started automatically. It wasn't supposed to.
Oh, okay.
You want to tee this up? I brought it up because this way it doesn't use all your bandwidth and then inevitably.
Oh, thank you. Usually I just play it. Nah, it's fine. I'm actually plugged in today too, so
that helps. I mean,
yeah. So all right. Yes. Here's our interview with Scarlett. That's it. I'm pretty sure I tee it up. I tee it up with the introduction and everything. I don't have anything to tee up here. This interview was recorded last week. I was gonna run it last week, but then we had guests and we had just had too much to talk about. And then I was gonna run it this week, but we had guests, and so we're running it today. A very great conversation with Scarlett, and I hope everybody enjoys it. That's me teeing it up.
Wonderful, and we'll be back at the other side of it.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome back, everyone, to In the Weeds. I'm still Jeremy Lambert, and joined today by a name you know. She's back in the ring with MLW Fusion, wrestling regularly on MLW Fusion. Very happy to have her, Scarlett Bordeaux. Scarlett, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm well. I appreciate you joining me here. As I mentioned, back on MLW Fusion in the ring. How has it been being back wrestling again? So you took almost a year off. Not your decision, but almost a year off from not wrestling. Came back with a couple tag team matches, and then MLW Don Gatto was your first singles match in about a year. How's it been kind of finding your footing again in the ring?
So MLW has probably the hungriest, most motivated, most competitive, awesome talent ever. I'm so happy that was my first singles match coming back. That was probably the longest I'd gone without wrestling. I had a singles match in WWE on a house show against Lyra. That was 9 months in between. It was almost 9 months for the past 3 years in between my matches. So I was a bit nervous going into it, but I was more excited than anything. Isla Dawn is incredible. I would love to work with her again. And actually, all of the talent I've been working with has been really, really talented.
And you've picked up 2 wins on MLW Fusion. Aaliyah James, Blair Onyx, title aspiration. I know Shotzi has it now, but title aspirations?
So friendship and competition can exist together. When the time comes, it could be in a week, in a month, in a year. When the time comes, I'm going to be ready for that opportunity. But yeah, we're always going to be friends, but we can also kick each other's asses and have a great time doing it.
Shotzi, I'll consider her a pal. She's been on the show multiple times. She might even be our boss because she's beat up our boss, Sean Ross Sapp. So we kind of look at her as our de facto boss there. I think one of the coolest moments in wrestling last year was when you and Cross showed up to GCW and helped Shotzi against Matt Cardona. What was that moment like? And then that post-match promo where very unfiltered from Cross and Shotzi. And I remember like the look on your face as she is talking about raw dog fucking and everything.
So that was such a last minute thing. We had a signing earlier that day, and I think we were 2 hours away. We didn't know if we could make it. We made it 2 minutes before the show actually started. So we didn't even know if we were going to be able to appear with traffic and everything, but we made it. God, it was such a blast. The promo afterwards, Cross, he just wanted to grab a violin. We didn't know what he was going to do with it. He didn't tell us. He had one violin to do this take. But we were just vibing off the moment and just kind of pumped up from the whole day. And the entire locker room backstage had no idea who we were because we came in as the Druids. So even the locker room didn't know. I remember Joey Janela, when Cross was talking to him backstage, had no idea who Cross was because we were just remaining hidden. And afterwards, he was super pissed that the entire time he was like, "Who is this random ass guy who keeps talking to me?" But he was pissed. He was pissed at Cross, but it was great. So much fun.
It's the post-match promo. It was very clear there was one take and there was no real script or anything on that.
We were just feeling it. I just remember, we had a violin and just acting crazy. Shotzi's covered in blood. I had a piece of glass in my knee. Even when I dropped down to get Cardona, there was still glass in that ring. So I had a shard of glass in my knee. So I think I was a bit filled with adrenaline off that too. So that was just us not even thinking, not even talking about what we were going to do. We just put on a camera. We're just we have the violin. So no thought process behind that, I don't think.
What do you make of Shotzi when she's out there and she wants to do a casket match? She's pitched that multiple times to us, but the violent type of matches she is willing to do. What do you think when you see her in those kind of matches?
I'm very pro those kinds of matches. It's funny because usually when people do those kinds of matches, it's actually shocking how we almost always come out totally safe in the most dangerous matches. But when we get hurt, it's usually on something really minor and stupid, like running the ropes or just getting out of the ring. I remember there was one day after training, I was just really, really tired. I rolled my ankle just getting out of the ring after I'd been doing all this crazy stuff. So that's usually how people get hurt. So I'm not worried about her. I'm just proud of her and just excited to watch what she does.
Would you volunteer to do the casket match against Shotzi?
Absolutely, but I'd rather tag with her is the thing. And, like, people keep wanting to put us against each other, which is great. We work incredibly together. But I've been wanting to tag with her forever.
Okay, so we need to do a tag team casket match. You and Shotzi against whoever. I don't know if there's ever been a tag team casket. Certainly not a women's
That's
tag team
sick,
casket
right?
match, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know if it makes sense, but we should do it.
We'll figure. It's wrestling. Like a lot of it makes sense, but a lot of it doesn't make sense. You know. So I feel like we can
wrestle?
make this work. I get in trouble for giving away MLW spoilers. So every time I have an MLW guest on, I actually spoiled Shotzi's title win because I thought it had aired already. And so then I got yelled at afterwards. So I don't want to name somebody on the roster.
Cage Match did it already.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
I looked online, I'm like, is she champion? Like, oh, you've been champion for this long? Great. I'm like, you know what? It's the company's, getting promoted. Everyone gets to know how awesome MLW is, and that's all I care about.
Yes. I didn't get in like real trouble, but I did get a message of like that. Even
so
Shotzi was like, that hasn't aired yet. I was like, has it not? You've been champion for like 2 years now. How's this not aired? So I don't want to name anybody on the roster that has not debuted yet. And then it's like, hey, they haven't debuted yet. Why are we spoiling this?
Well, maybe it can be like a handicap match against Cross. Cross, you go with that?
What?
A handicap casket match against me and Shotzi. Yeah?
It seems a bit unfair.
What do you mean?
It's me versus the both of you in a casket match?
Yes.
You two are like the only people I love. If I put you in a casket, there's no reason for you to live with me.
That's why we're going to put you in a casket.
Oh, fuck.
That's
Shotzi has her own casket. She revealed that. She bought her own casket off like Facebook Marketplace. So I know the casket's good to go.
I don't know where she keeps it. Maybe in the garage. I have a fake one. She did mention the casket. I haven't seen it yet though, so I have to ask her about that.
Okay, what's the fake casket for that you have?
It's like full size, but it's decor for Halloween.
Okay,
and it's just up at all times. So I think we both have one, but I think hers is like a legit one.
Yeah, hers is legit. She said. Yeah. I was like, was it used? And she's like, I don't know. I'm like,
oh, for sure, for sure it was, for sure.
I loved your House of Horrors, I'll call it, show with Shotzi.
Chamber of Horrors, yeah.
Yes, not my cup of tea. I will admit, like it kind of creeps me out a little bit. But you two were so much fun on this show. Was there talks of like doing more with that, or how did that start? And yeah, were there talks of like potentially doing more with that?
So a producer at WWE knew that we were into horror and the creepy stuff, and he brought up the idea, would you guys like to do a paranormal show for our YouTube? And we're like, absolutely. We started getting all the books and the equipment, and in a very short period of time, we became experts. And we designed how we wanted to do the show, and we had to pitch it, Shotzi and I. So it was a producer who thought we'd be good for it, but we had to present the idea afterwards. So we had to gather all of our information, pick the show name, the length, everything. So we basically functioned as the executive producers of that. They loved it. The show was a hit. We got to have Rhea and all these amazing people as guests. And we just loved doing it so much. We continued doing it. We just filmed 3 episodes actually this past weekend, and we are currently attempting to shop the show to a network.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
We'll look forward to that. Was there any surprising name, whether it be in WWE or outside of WWE, it's like who have done the show or had interest in the show where people might not think of them as potentially having interest in something like this?
Javon Evans came to us several times saying, I really, 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 really want to do your show. Like, I'm super into this stuff. But we never got to have him as a guest, but he's always welcome.
Javon seems like the person who's just kind of down to do anything. So
he's so cool and he's so nice. Like, yeah. we want him on our show so bad. And R-Truth really wanted to do it too. So R-Truth is somebody we had asked New Day. There were so many people we wanted. But there's still time.
Still time. How has it been this past year? You guys left WWE just after SummerSlam last year, so it's been almost a year now that you guys have been gone. How's it been this past year, kind of doing your own thing on the independent scene and now MLW and just all over the world?
It's been incredible. It's been peaceful. It's been exciting. We've been able to travel over the world to wrestle, and even just for fun, we get to make our own schedules. Um, we have zero to complain about, honestly. I think we could feel that we needed some sort of change when the contract negotiations were happening. So either way it went, we were ready. And we were excited to go back to the Indies because we knew what we were doing and we knew where to go. We had all our friends and contacts lined up, but there was no fear involved whatsoever. And the longer we've been doing it, we thought maybe the reception could have gone down, but it's just kind of snowballed and continued, and the fans are still showing up. So we're just super grateful to everyone.
I think one thing that has helped, aside from just kind of how visible you guys are, but those documentaries that you guys have been putting out, especially the couple that were released just after you guys depart. There was the one, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this because I'm terrible with time and timelines and things, but there was the one that came out like just before the departure was official that kind of recapped SummerSlam, and it was like, is this a work? And then there was the one that came out just after, and there's been kind of a steady stream since. I think one just came out the beginning of this month, if I'm correct on that.
Yes.
But I think all of that has like really helped with things. And I gotta say, those are so well done. I assume it's a lot of you and Cross like doing all of that, but I would like just a little bit more insight on like how those are put together and kind of when they should be distributed, and just sort of how they're all pieced together and who is like fully behind all of this.
Cross, 100%. That is his brainchild. He collaborates with Davin Tong as the director, who is incredibly talented. But Cross is definitely the executive producer of all of his documentaries. My role is being there to film things in moments where Davin can't be there. So I'll find moments and scenes where I'm like, okay, we don't have someone here, but I feel like something's happening. So I'll kind of be a backup producer and help film. But otherwise, I would give 100% credit to Cross on that, 100%.
I loved how you guys leaned into the "is it a work" thing, because that was very much the talk of is it a work, and then showing up to GCW even made sense because GCW, we've seen WWE talent at GCW before, and now obviously we are almost a year out. I don't think it's a work. If it is, it's a very elaborate one. I don't think it is, but I love how you guys like leaned into that. I just want to give both of you credit for just again putting those together because they're very captivating on top of, and I'm someone who loves the behind the scenes type of stuff. So I appreciate you guys doing that. What's been the most rewarding thing over the past year and being kind of out and about on your own?
Getting the chance to perform in a way that we knew we could, but were not permitted to in the previous years when we were at WWE. We always viewed the opportunities we were given as make every little thing as big as you can make it. But when the fans, they would say they wanted more, like, we wish we could give you more, but there's only so much time that the company will allot you sometimes. So getting to see him win that title, be in the match for over an hour, getting to go back to AEW where I started, have the singles match, and have the show named after me, just getting to do things like that, be like, no, I can still wrestle. I want to still wrestle. I can still do this. And getting to show what we can do without the handcuffs on, that's been the most rewarding for sure.
What are sort of the differences? Because MLW is still television wrestling. The matches and everything in the segments are being taped for Fusion. I know there's like less restraints. Is that the biggest difference between sort of the WWE television side and the MLW television side, or are there others?
Truthfully, the day that we're filming television at MLW, it feels just like WWE or any other like major television company that we've worked for. Everything's very organized. We have the production. Everything is functions like a machine, very much so. But in such a way that it's more collaborative with your ideas. So you get the sense of you're not totally being told what to do, and you're kind of given free reins. But then you get suggestions. Oh, we can make this better, and let's get this shot like this. So to me, it's just like any other television company, but more fun, if that makes sense.
The pre-tapes with MLW, are those one take or are those multiple takes?
We make it our own mission to try to do everything in one take.
Okay.
But we like to get backup takes just in case. You never know. But it's like a personal challenge sometimes to see if we can get one take.
So I asked that because I was listening to an interview with Andre Chase, who also just left WWE, and him and Duke Hudson were talking about pre-tapes in WWE will last like 5 hours because they want to get so much down. Maybe this is just an NXT thing, but I was
NXT for sure, not main roster.
Okay, not main roster.
Oh no, main roster moves quick and there's a lot to do.
Okay.
NXT though, I feel like they have more time to kind of go through everything. But NXT, I remember a lot of pre-tapes, even when you thought you got the perfect take.
They still that's what they were saying. It's like take 2 was the best. Why are we on take 22 right now? Like, why are we constantly doing this?
I'll tell you why, because usually there's a plane going overhead at NXT. Orlando has a lot of planes. I don't know why. Isn't that true, Cross?
Yes.
I blame the planes, and anyone at NXT who's hearing this is like, "Oh my God, you get the perfect take," and you hear, "Phew," and you're like, "No!" That happens all the time. So I blame the planes.
All right. I love this insight that is the plane's fault, and that's why they have to do 22 different takes.
So many takes because of the planes.
I wanted to ask about this because AAA has become the talk of the town with Grande Americanos and everything. But some people may know this. Not everybody may know this. The most viewed video on the AAA YouTube is your video, and it's not even close. Not even close. I have this in front of me. 35 million views for Scarlett Bordeaux debut at AAA Rockstars. The next closest is 10 million.
Who's the 10?
Lady Shani against Fabi Apache. That has 10 million views. 25 million views though, more. You have more combined. You have more on your own than the next two combined. Honestly, the top 3, because the top 3 don't even have 10 million. So they have less than 30 million. You have 35 million on your own. Is that still, I mean, I know I'm referencing it to you today, but do people still like reference that to you of as hot as AAA is? Like nothing's touching Scarlett Bordeaux's debut?
Oh, yeah. I think one of my favorite parts about that too, they will still air that match on television. I won't say who, but let's just say it's a very top WWE star. Once messaged me, they were like, "Why am I seeing your ass on the airport TV?" And this was like years later. And then I will say another producer, I'll say Nora. So Molly Holly did also message me, "Hey, I see your match airing." So they still air that on television when they're traveling to Latin America, which is hilarious. But when I was a heel, I would joke with Cross, like, "I'm the greatest luchador in the entire world, 35 million views," just to piss people off. But no, it was great. And I had a lot of matches like that and promos. I think we're still getting very top hits, even when I was in Impact. So I think that sort of viewership also led me to getting the WWE opportunity. That's one thing I would have hoped for if I would have been able to do the Smoke Show character, because I feel like everyone loved it. I loved it. So that's something one day I would like to go back to, because I thought that was very well written. And the 2 people I credit to helping create that character was Sanjay Dutt and Jimmy Jacobs. So I give them credit for that too.
I feel like it's a pretty easy sell of attractive woman, and then this guy who looks like a killer is a killer. Just let them kind of do their thing. But you know, what do I know out here?
You know.
I'm trying to get I've talked to Court Bell. I'm trying to get the pencil in MLW at some point. I have a lot of off the wall ideas that he agrees with. We want to do a show on like a swamp, essentially.
I love it.
Yeah, I have a fake promotion called Ring of Hallucinations where I actually have an idea for Cross. It is basically a torture chamber. And
say Cross, you hearing this? Keep going.
Okay, so it is basically a torture chamber, and we get people, we put them up, and like the stretch machines. I don't know what they're actually called.
Stop it.
But-
No. Okay, I'll let you finish, but then I have something to say about what you're saying. But
Okay. Oh no. So it's one of those, but it's called like the Crossfire Chamber, and I just basically want people in the background playing the game Crossfire because I just think it's funny, and that is the whole bit. There's more to it, but that's the general idea of things.
So, Cross, you know what I'm about to say about you're getting what I'm about to say.
Oh no, I'm very scared.
So when like the Gladiator
yes.
S&M thing was
Yeah.
pitched by Vince, that was basically in a way kind of the description of what he used of what he wanted Cross to be, and actually described like that exact torture chamber being pulled apart. It's like that's what he wanted. So I think you have like a bit of a Vince mind.
Please don't put me in there with everything that's going on with that,
Are you
please.
dying over there? Yeah, he's dying.
It's legitimately just to set up a Crossfire joke because I love that game as a kid, and I was like, "Can we get the rights to Crossfire?" Do you ever play? You know what I'm talking about? The Crossfire game.
He has to know because he's the video game man over there, right? He knows.
Okay. Yeah, so that's really all it wants, but I wanted to do some type of chamber. And look, probably part of me, unfortunately, the Gladiator mask still sticks with me I think it sticks with everybody, not for the best reasons. In a good way or bad way? Oh, it's a terrible way. Okay, it was it was so bad. But see, Ring of Hallucinations is a promotion that is supposed to be bad. So if you think this idea is not good, that's actually what I'm going for. So I actually will take that as a compliment that this is like a Vince thing that is not good, because that's actually what we're going for in Ring of Hallucinations. Yes.
Love it.
We have a first man standing match where it's the first person do a bunch of drugs and it's the first person to get to their feet. So we have that.
What kind of drugs?
So I'm not like heavy into drugs, and I don't want to like out myself on stuff, but stuff that'll knock you out for a little while, whatever type of downer you need to put you out.
Like shrooms or something?
For a while. Do shrooms do that? I've never taken shrooms.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know if you have experience.
I feel like this is gonna turn into some sort of like crazy. Someone somewhere is getting some sort of crazy idea for a match, and it's gonna happen. I'm like, I almost want to stop talking because someone's gonna get hurt in this match. Like, wait, actually, this is a really good idea. First man standing match on shrooms. This is great.
Again, this is the kind of stuff we're going for in this fake promotion that's never going to get any type of a deal. But we do have a partnership with MLW, because every time we have it's a fake partnership, but every time I have MLW talent on, I try to sign all of their talent, and Court is like, please stop trying to steal all of my talent. So I'm like, well, this is why we need a partnership, Court. So that's what I'm going for here.
Are you making Festus the champion?
No, he wouldn't give me Festus. He legitimately said, like, you can have Gallows, you cannot have Festus.
Damn.
So,
protecting his talent. I guess. Yeah.
No, I can't get Festus, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Before I let you go, Scarlett, we play a game on this channel. It's called Partner Promo Punch in the Face. I'm gonna give you 3 names. Pick one to partner with, one to promo against, one to punch in the face. Basically, have a singles match against. I'm trying to make this a little bit difficult on you. I gotta have Shotzi there. I'm gonna go Maxine Dupree and Tiffany Stratton.
Oh no, I love these girls. Oh. Well, I already said I would partner with Shotzi.
Okay.
Oh God, I hate this. Let's promo Maxine, because I'm really proud of her. She had an amazing promo this week. And I don't want to punch Tiffany in the face. I don't want to. I'll give her a little love tap punch in the face. Oh, that was tough.
Try to make it difficult on you. Appreciate you being a good sport about that. Scarlett, let everybody know where they can find you at and what you got coming up.
If you guys can follow me on Instagram at Real Scarlett Bordeaux, on Twitter, Lady_Scarlett13, and my absolute favorite thing in the world, at Scarlett and Shotzi on YouTube. If you want to follow our paranormal channel before we shop it to a network or sell it to a network, I'm going to manifest this as actually happening. We have ACW coming up on July 18th. So Cross will be in action and I will be managing. We will also be filming a haunted episode there with The Righteous as our guest, which is great. And we were We're going to be at Buffalo Nickel City Con next week in New York.
Very nice. Looking forward to all of that. Again, Scarlett, thank you for joining us here today. Guys, we'll be right back on In the Weeds.
Thank you, guys.
It was fun. Scarlett and Jeremy having a conversation. Actually, this is a really, really good interview. This is fun. Good for you.
I don't love solo interviews.
You did great.
I don't love them. Like, I like having someone else there to take some pressure off of me, and also to play off of as well. I mean, as you were busy that day. SB3 was busy that day. It wasn't like I just decided, hey, I'm going to do this by myself. Like, it was offered to both of you to do it. And I don't love solo interviews. Like, I already think I'm awkward anyway, but I think I said this last week. I'll repeat it here though. Scarlett did say very nice things about the interview. And she just complimented that, like, it was a fun interview. It was different than other wrestling interviews she's done, which I'm like, I'll take that as a compliment. No, it was meant as a compliment. It wasn't like, oh, that was different, like in a bad way. It was very much of like, I love the questions that weren't like all about wrestling, but also like different angles on wrestling instead of the same questions that I hear 100 times. I was like, yeah, we try to have fun. And so she seemed very happy with it, which was nice. Yeah, I always think that these people go back to the PRs, like, we're never talking to these people, would never put us back on this show.
Well, Trevor Lee's not one of those people.
Yeah. Trevor Lee's on every week at this point. So it was fun. Again, it seems like MLW likes me for some reason. But shout out to Scarlett, and shout out to Cross. People heard Cross off screen as well.
Babe, isn't it true about the airports? Yeah.
I just like he's like the voice of God off to the side. Like,
it's like he works for the same company. Like, he can appear for a second.
I'm sure it would have been fine. I don't know, because so I, especially in an interview, especially like a solo interview, but like, it's about Scarlett. Like, I didn't want to ask like, talk to me about Cross this much, talk to me about Shotzi this much. Like, but I know those are her friends, like really good friends. Obviously, one was her husband and everything. So like, I'm gonna mention some of that stuff, but I don't want to ever make it seem like, oh, let's only talk about the people you're associated with and not with you. But a lot of what she does is it's associated with those people. So, but I always feel like I look back and I hate listening back to the interviews. I just immediately look back on them like, screwed this up, could have asked this, should have asked this, talked about this too much. So I appreciate she said kind things, and people in the chat are hopefully being nice to me.
Yeah, no, it was a really fun interview. The part this was the one part where I was like, no, you didn't mention it. The Festus thing, the Festus comment. Where like, is Festus going to win your title? And then you mentioned no, Court told us he's going to keep it. There was the first thing that popped into my head. It was bringing up the fact that Court gave he gave us the nugget before pulling it away.
Well, so
funny and silly at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I just mentioned, like, no, Court said like he's keeping the rights to Festus instead of outright spoiling it. But that's fair. But
she was a good sport. Like, she was. And like the stuff about Triple where she's like the most viewed YouTube clip. Like, I like that stuff.
Yeah, that was an easy one to kind of ask, especially when I looked at the numbers and saw like the gap between them.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
I was like, Jesus, how, like, that's insane. But no, it was a really fun interview with Scarlett, and again, it was it happened a week ago at this point, but yeah, it was fun. There's a whole behind the scenes story behind that interview that it's nothing bad or whatever, of how like the time changed multiple times, and I was trying to like figure out things around here, and I'm telling her all of this, and she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I was told one time, and that never changed for me. I was like, oh, my bad. But then, and like, as I'm telling her this story, she's very stone face on it. I was like, oh, this is not gonna go well. Like, she's just like giving me, not that I think she, like, I know she's a fun like person and stuff, but like, she's just very stone faced on this. And so I'm just like, oh man, like she does not care. She does not want to do this interview at all. But after I tell her this and we started talking, then she's talking to me about like the kids and everything and coming up with ideas for them. I was like, okay, this will be fun. So it turned out okay. But I was very worried at first because she was giving me not a whole lot. I'm telling this story that she had no idea what was going on.
Well, it was still fun, and the stone face only adds to it. It's my favorite part.
Man.
So we got to talk about this Sami Zayn thing now.
I guess.
So WrestleVotes, go and support them over on Fightful Select. That's our thing. We are big fans of Fightful Select because it is it's part of how we get paid. Anyway, WrestleVotes did their show on Thursdays, and then they do their Q&A on Monday. But on their Thursday show, where they drop their news, they talked about the Sami Zayn title win, where apparently, according to them, there were several people within WWE who were caught off guard by Sami's win, including some of the marketing department. And as of July 1st, there was no marketing department update. They didn't receive instructions to update the SummerSlam art to reflect Sami Zayn being a champion. And the title win was handled on a strict, quote, need-to-know basis across multiple departments. And the one employee described the situation as worrisome because of the lack of advance notice for a major creative change that could have more jobs. Then stuff like that can make jobs more difficult if that level of secrecy becomes the norm. And this isn't the first time that WWE has done something like this. But this is certainly the latest in a slew of close to the vest trying to keep kayfabe in a easy to talk to everyone world, but it's certainly sort of proof that the Sami Zayn stuff was done rather haphazardly, and has again you can tell by the character that it's been treated haphazardly.
I don't think this at all.
Go
I
on.
don't think it's a haphazardly thing with Sami. Was it maybe a late decision? Sure, but to me, that's pro wrestling, and I don't mind that. Like, I don't think you need to tell all these departments of like, hey, Sami's going to win the title, prepare all of this stuff here, because then that's how stuff gets out. I'd rather them keep some secrecy to it. That's what made it so shocking is like, well, shit, Sami's not going to win. So I don't need them going to all these marketing departments and doing these things. Like, look, you got to... I know this sounds a little harsh on the marketing stuff, but like you got to come up with designs after this. Like you shouldn't know, honestly, you shouldn't. There should only be a handful of people who know this kind of stuff. And then once it does change, then all right, come up with ideas and everything. The main thing that I read of this is like, yeah, they didn't tell you because you don't really need to change the SummerSlam promotion. It's still going to be Cody with the championship because he's going to win it back within a couple of weeks here.
But even
I thought this was, go ahead.
Even so, you want to at least reflect that in, you can call it busy work, but if you, again, going back to kayfabe and keeping it, if you have it done, then you at least want to reflect that to the artwork of the current champion and then change it if something happens before SummerSlam. And that's something that's not unheard of because at least you want to keep the idea of this could be what SummerSlam looks like fresh in people's heads until it changes again. You do want to keep them on their toes at least like that. And I understand, again, it becomes a little bit busy work, but if you want to have those people, keeping up, then you need you would need them to update it with Sami Zayn as the champion.
Okay, then after you watch the show, update it.
It's not that easy, pal. It's not like going into Canva. There is more. Well, I know they love to use AI for shit, but like sometimes you do have to actually do the jobs and spend the time making it look good.
They got the renders. They do those ugly looking, put the title belt on them renders all the time.
So good. Those are my favorite. I understand your point. And if people think that marketing is leaking a lot of stuff, I mean, certainly some people are talking. I understand your point of view. What's frustrating is you're still working for this company, and at least get your marching orders ahead of time to be prepared. One thing that we don't like is, for example, like if Sean has a big scoop and he has to drop it immediately, and everyone has to then like stammer to figure out the promotion of it on socials. That's something that is not ideal. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it does happen, it's not an ideal situation to be in.
Okay, but if Sean has most of the time, now I can only speak for myself. I'm not in the social chat because I'd yell at everybody.
Fair.
But most of the time, when Sean has some type of scoop, like we kind of know, and it's like, hey, we're gonna put this out here. Be prepared, type of thing. If there's something that like he has to drop immediately, obviously it's a pretty big deal, and he's got to do it immediately. And like it's part of the job of Sean's not like trying to keep anything.
No, he's not. He's trying to keep
from us.
That's why the example is not exactly the best, but the idea being trying to get ahead of things as fast as we can, or as best.
I don't.
You need one person in the circle. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, I don't have an issue with them not being like, look, for all we know, they could have decided on Sami the day of, which, okay,
Seems to be what happened.
which, all right, that's fine. Like, I don't think these marketing people need a heads up on this. Just change the graphic. I understand that's easier said than done. That's also your job. Like, you got to understand when you take the job of pro wrestling that you're going to have to change things on a whim. It's no different than sports, right? I understand they print, the loser championship hat and everything as well, but you're putting together a video package and stuff. You don't know who's winning the game until the end of the game. Like, you're trying to promote the NBA finals. Like, you don't know who's in the finals. You're just like, all right, well, we got one team here, we got another team here. We can promote both until it's over. But once it's over, you're not running the stuff for both. Like, you have to. Maybe they have two video packages. Maybe they should have already put together the graphic. It was like, maybe Gunther will win. Maybe Sami will win. Let's go ahead and put the let's get ahead. Let's pre-write the graphic before the match happens.
You ask all the time.
Yes, I do. Like, I pre-write everything in case like things change. So to me, like, I understand there wasn't a ton there was nothing coming out of the shows yesterday, and there wasn't like a ton of news yesterday. This is such a non-story to me, honestly, of the marketing department is just showing how, like, again, my take wasn't even, things change on a whim. They had no time to prepare. My take was, yeah, well, Sami ain't keeping this title to SummerSlam. So why do you need to change the marketing for it? Make sure you keep that Cody marketing because you're going to be using it in a week.
All I'm saying is start changing the marketing because you want to reflect the product as it is in present day.
Sure. I just
also tell the marketing department literally everything. Tell them everything for the next 6 months, and someone will blab. That's okay.
Nah,
we get our news really, and we're just set for the next 6 months.
This is a very non-story.
Wow, how dare
to me. It is. It really is. Like, it's whatever.
Would you rather talk about Nick Aldis?
All of this stuff feels like non-stories. Are you
trying to say what's all this then?
Stop it. The blood with Netflix. Like, why didn't people immediately just think like this is a WWE call, not a Netflix call? Netflix doesn't care. Yeah, Netflix is showing, full-on sex scenes and murder and everything. Netflix does not care at all that there's blood. This was 100% a WWE of like, no, we don't want that for some reason. We don't. I kind of get the reasons, but like, we don't want this on the air, so we're gonna blur it. Like, I didn't understand at all why people were like, oh, how could Netflix, when they show all of this, be so appalled by that? I was like, Netflix isn't. This is clearly a WWE call.
Yeah, that one didn't really surprise me at all. It felt like that one felt like more of a nothing story than anything. And like CM Punk is coming back, and this is not to disparage, WrestleVotes, because you report the news that you get.
Yeah.
Some of it's just deemed a little more important than others. And some people are asking, was CM Punk coming back? Is CM Punk coming back? And we've been saying at the Allstate Arena in Chicago. So if he's going to show up at any point, it would be a hometown thing. And of course, Dave is reporting that the plan is for him to go to SmackDown. But even then, after tonight, you'll see how it's probably going to come together.
Cody Rhodes beats Jey Uso to earn a title shot on Monday's Raw for the SmackDown title because it's in Chicago. And then CM Punk's probably going to appear. I ain't watching SmackDown tonight. I'm going to see Jackass, so I'm going to spoil it for everybody.
In celebration of Sami Zayn and his title victory?
Yeah. I'm going to celebrate Sami Zayn by going to see Jackass.
That's fair.
Instead of watching the show Sami Zayn's on.
That's fair. He's going to do it himself. Anyway, and the Punk expectation is that he'll be in Chicago, which again is like, yeah, it's expected. And it'll get people excited, and hopefully Raw is a good enough show that people want to watch it, and then the Punk stuff will also make people excited for the build to SummerSlam, whatever that's going to be. But yeah, the talk about Nick Aldis coming back to the ring. I mean, I've been sitting on this forever. I'm just like, don't think he's.
This is why I think the Gunther and Aldis thing is dumb as hell, because they just did this last year with, not even last year, earlier this year, and partially last year.
Oh, that's right.
That was Solo with Drew.
There was a proposed program with Solo Sikoa and Nick Aldis.
When?
That was part of the reporting from WrestleVotes.
When did Solo and Aldis ever have a big thing on screen?
A source shared that the idea of Aldis returning to the ring had been floated around on multiple occasions, one of those being in 2025 when there was a proposed program with Solo Sikoa that gained traction internally. Yes, there was the Drew stuff that was on air and more prevalent.
Yeah.
There was a pitch to do Solo Sikoa and Nick Aldis.
The fuck pitched that?
I don't know. You're going to have to find them. Do.
All right. Well, that never came close on screen. I'm sure there was some interaction, some meaningless stuff that they did, but the Drew stuff was very heavy, and people thought that, Aldis was going to do something with Drew, to the point we had an argument over would they recognize Aldis as an NWA champion if he faced Drew.
Loser NWA champion.
I don't think Aldis is going to wrestle. The Drew one would have made sense. I mean, the Gunther one makes sense. I just don't think it's going to happen. Apparently, the reported plan is Gunther and Royce Keys at SummerSlam.
Sure.
All right. Great follow-up for Gunther after all of this.
I once again remind everyone that the drawback to doing this and the legitimate pushback that anyone should get by Nick Aldis wrestling or Adam Pearce wrestling is that after that, they have to go back to doing their job. And their job is to be an impartial, babyface leaning general manager. And if they're in the ring and they're fighting, then they're surely proving that they can't be impartial, because what's going to stop them from getting into the ring?
None of these people are impartial.
No, but the idea is that they're babyface leaning, but they're supposed to be impartial. Regardless, they are figureheads on the show, and if they're just lose their shit and then go wrestle, well, then all credibility is lost on them, and then you can't bring them back to be a figurehead. At that point, Nick Aldis isn't going to just wear the suit and be, unless he turns into a heel general manager out of this, which is incredibly stupid. Don't give them characters beyond their authority figures. You can't make it work.
You can make it work, though.
You can make it work effectively where they go back to the jobs that they had.
I disagree on that.
They pushed a guy. They got suspended. Them coming back to be like, I'm a wrestler now, doesn't really make much sense.
Well, you get pushed too far. You end up wrestling. Let's say Aldis loses. Why can't he just go back to being the general manager? The heels bully him.
Everyone's going to bully him, and then he's just going to put them all in, either bad positions, and then it just looks...
Why? He doesn't have to, though. He can just be like, you know what? You got to take your lumps.
Well, then he gets pushed around.
No, you just got to take your lumps of okay. Then the baby faces show sympathy, and the baby faces are like, you went out there, you tried, you did well. Gunther's he's a beast. It's tough, but there's ways to do it. I think you're just equating of well, he's got to punish these people for bullying. He's got to reward it. He doesn't, though. He can still be impartial.
Manager. But that's the point of the general manager, is that you are the figurehead, the cool-headed purveyor of the brand.
Right. And so why can't they still be cool-headed? Why do they have to punish people who are bullying him?
Because they've already gotten to the ring and wrestled one of the talent who wrestles on the show. You don't show impartiality at that point, despite having won or lost the match. Gunther is then considered a completely different, disrespectable character to Nick Aldis at that point.
But Aldis can still do his job.
Can he? What if he loses to Gunther?
He loses to Gunther, and then again, he just goes back to being the general manager. He can still be impartial. He's already not showed impartiality by shoving Drew McIntyre and fighting with McIntyre and fighting with Gunther. Why does a match change any of this?
A match changes it because suddenly they become wrestlers again. Suddenly they become no better than the people.
They wrestle once.
Doesn't count. I mean, it shouldn't count. They shouldn't be doing it.
Okay, if it shouldn't count, then what's your issue if it shouldn't count that they wrestle?
It shouldn't count as something I just misread on my own. No, it shouldn't be that way. They should be the person who runs show. They're not there to be a wrestler in the show.
Okay, but again, they've already gotten physical. They're already showing impartiality when they're booking some of these matches, and Gunther's getting upset at these matches, and Drew's getting upset at these matches, and Cody's getting upset at these matches. None of these people are impartial. Like they all got their relationships with these things. I think you're putting way too much out. We've heard wins and losses don't matter. Matches don't matter in this company. Feels like you're putting just way too much stock into, well, he's wrestling. That changes everything. It doesn't.
There's a difference between wins and losses don't matter when you're dealing with talent who wrestle every week and a guy who's going to come out of retirement or hasn't wrestled in 3 years at this point, never wrestled in WWE, has never been known as a wrestler.
Oh, we're not doing this again.
Yeah, failed NWA World Champion. And Zeno are saying, Gunther retires Nick Aldis from wrestling again. They're fixed. Why are you going to retire someone who hasn't been wrestling? That's the laziest idea that you can think of in this case. Gunther being like, I know that you were a wrestler once, so I'm going to make sure I stop that. Like, that's dumb as fuck.
No, I don't need Gunther retiring Nick Aldis again.
Yeah.
I just don't think it changes the equation as much as you do. I don't think Nick Aldis is going to wrestle. I don't care if Nick Aldis wrestles. If he does, fine. If he doesn't,
if he wins, he better go for a fucking championship at that point.
Well, I don't assume he's going to win.
And what if he does?
I think if he wins, then yes, that changes the equation because I think it's stupid if he wins. And then Gunther looks like a bitch if he loses to a dude who hasn't wrestled in 10 years. Like, that's dumb.
It's been 3 years.
Aldis?
Yeah, he did an Impact stint in 23. He did a Slammiversary. Remember what's
that doesn't count.
Sure, whatever.
That doesn't count. All right, fine. It's still 3 years. That's still a while. I knew I was dating with 10 because I knew it hadn't been that long because he wrestled it All In. That was 2018. So yeah, I knew it hadn't been 10 anyway. But yeah, I think if he wins, that's dumb and that changes the equation. If he loses, then all right, he just loses and you move on. Gunther can continue to make fun of him, be like, ha ha ha, you're a giant old dork loser. And then Aldis has to just kind of take it. He has to be like,
what happens the next time they get into a shoving match?
They get into a shoving match. Why is it any different?
Well, because this time Nick got suspended for his actions, and now he gets into a match. Gunther can just provoke him again, and what's he going to get out of it?
No, he's got to keep his head, and if he doesn't, he gets fired.
Why would he get fired? Like, again, these.
What do you mean? Why would he get fired if he continues to provoke talent and everything, and then he has a match, he loses, and then he continues to like target Gunther and stuff? He's got to get a talking to of like, dude, calm down.
I love the idea of Triple H being like, all right, calm down now. This is not what we do.
Yeah, Triple H loves putting himself on screen. Well, he hates it, but he loves it. Yeah, Triple H just comes on screen and is like, hey, you can't be doing this. Like, we gave you your match, you lost. You just gotta take your medicine on that. Like, I think you're trying to make way too much of a character shift of just because he has a wrestling match when he doesn't have to really shift characters.
I think it's more likely we just do the Royce Keys match.
That's fine. Like, I don't think that match is, I mean, it'll be a good match, but we just saw it. Gunther just won. Like,
and for the record, I don't think any general manager should be wrestling. And I say that.
Yeah, I know.
And because again, you know how I feel about Impact.
Yeah, you hate it. Yeah.
I fucking hate that. But I don't think that any person in a position of authority who can influence the wins and losses mattering, quote unquote, if they can influence that, then that matters to the overall presentation of the show. If Gunther beats Nick Aldis, Gunther's like, I beat him. That's one more win than whoever else. If he loses, then Nick Aldis gets to be like, haha, I beat you and you're a little bitch. And then Gunther doesn't look any better. The wins and losses do matter, and they should matter. I think he chooses not to make them matter, that this becomes kind of a moot point.
Yes, the wins and losses do matter if Aldis wins. I agree with that portion of it. I don't think it matters or changes much if Aldis loses. Like you just mentioned, okay, Gunther's like, haha, I beat you. What does that change, though?
I would much rather the story be very simple. That the guy who, if we're playing this whole, because a lot of people are liking to play like, oh, this is what happens in real life. Sometimes you just get sidetracked. Obafemi, he wants to go after his enemy instead of going after the title belt. If you're going to apply the same logic here, Nick Aldis is put on administrative suspension. He has to think about what he did for 3 weeks. Then he comes back and he realizes, okay, I took some anger management classes. I'm not happy about what I did, but I'm back and I'm going to be a great general manager from now on. And then that's it. And we move on with our lives.
You can just do that if he loses the match.
Or here's Royce Keys. You're going to face Gunther at SummerSlam. And everyone's going to be like, yay, Royce Keys. And Royce Keys is going to be like, all right, well, I guess we're doing this again. All right, let's go. But he gets a standout match. So that's good on a 7-match card.
That might be 8. It's 2 nights.
Yes, 7 matches each.
Okay, yeah, but it's still, it's a overall, it's a lot going on.
Well, at least if what do you call it? ESPN gets their way, right?
Yeah.
Because they're all like none of this 5-match card bullshit.
Yeah.
We love advertisements as much as the next guy, but like.
See, I don't know how the pacing and stuff was for Night of Champions because I watched it the next day, and so I was able to just go through so much. But I assume even with the extra match, it's not like it was much better.
I know I covered it for the site and did the post show. Listen, if people haven't figured it out already, I start that show about an hour in.
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah,
you can skip all of the ads and still watch all of the matches.
Yeah.
If you know anything about television pacing, or at least how certain shows pace, you figure it out pretty quick and you realize how much you can skip. I don't need to be on socials being like, oh my God, I can't believe so and so won. No, I don't need that. Like, even again, our team does the tweeting through it, but it's like, I don't need to tell you what you're already hearing. You don't need my takes. You're going to get them at the end of the show. So for me, it's like I'm off socials for most of it. 3.5 speed. Oh, I could. Oh, I'd be there. YouTube's like, hey, you want 3x? You got to pay for it. And I'm like, no, I'll stick to 2. It's fine.
You have to pay for 3x speed on YouTube.
Yep. Apparently, if you get premium, you can go 3x. But I'm fine. Like, I normally go between 1.5 and 2, depending on what I'm watching. Like, if I'm watching Observer Live on, because it airs at 3 until 4, and I will usually go pick up the kid around 4:15, so I can like start Observer Live half an hour in and get through the whole thing by the time I have to leave. So yeah, because I do it on 2x.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, all this to say, what's all this then? Is there anything else?
So mad about Nick Aldis potentially wrestling.
Oh, I'm so mad about it. I want the last time he wrestled to be in TNA so I can tell everyone.
Yeah, fair.
That's it. What else did I talk about? Do you want to talk about TNA from last night?
No, we already did that.
We spent a few minutes. That's true.
No, stop. TNA.
Everyone should watch Casey Navarro and Ryan Nemeth, right?
Why?
Was there a good match last night? I mean,
No.
Leon and Eddie was good until the end. Sucked. They're just beating Leon Slater on the way out. It's fantastic.
Well, he's gonna team with Ricky Sosa now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're
for like
just
two shows.
Yeah, Ricky Sosa and Leon Slater are the future, and it's like, yeah, but you're letting the future go.
They did a 5-minute X Division title contendership match. Like,
the only nice thing I could say about it was I'm glad Leon Slater wasn't in it because he's a giant loser and hasn't been winning. And then I looked at the rest of the field and I was like, everyone else here is a big loser as well.
there were 6 people in this match.
All of them were losers.
Sure, but here's my point of everybody got less than a minute to shine if you break it down in that way, because it was a 5-minute match.
They did like the Rich Swann Phoenix Splash to the outside spot, and then he rolled in Eichner. Eichner laid there for an uncomfortable amount of time so that Swann could go up top, and then Elegance can get the hook into the German suplex, but then Hotch comes in and gets the power bomb. So they set that up, the not Tower of Doom, but anyway, it turned into a German suplex where Swann landed on top of Eichner while Elegance got slammed in the body in the power bomb, and then Eichner. Oh, and then they did the everyone gets their shit in for a second, and then Eichner gets the power bomb win. So yeah, that was that. Yeah, wasn't much of a. Well, honestly, these tapings are very much like there are only 600 people here. We're not going to work that hard for you. It sucks. It was not fun. Anyway, TNA number 2 promotion. What else is there? Let's talk about. I thought Dynamite was very good.
Oh, on Wednesday?
On Wednesday. I don't know to talk about it, but I did quite enjoy it.
Okay.
Even Kenny he's ecstatic. He's gonna have his world title shot.
Are you upset you're not gonna see Kenny Omega win the world title at Redemption?
I don't care. I'm gonna be there anyway.
Wow.
I'm gonna be doing produce and mystery wrestling and all this other stuff. That it's just like the AEW show when I go in for these weekends ends up being like a good part of the weekend, but not the more fun part of the weekend. It's fun to watch the shows, but I also go and I enjoy talking to talent and I enjoy like watching the independent scene. So for me, I know it's going to be a fun AEW Redemption, but I also know how long of a show it'll be and what my other jobs will be. So I'm looking forward to the pay-per-view. And I don't know, and I know you guys probably talked about this at length. I don't know how they play this out with Kenny. Is this, do they do a DQ? Do they do a TLD? Do they do a distraction finish with Hangman coming back and stopping another Elite member from getting screwed out of being able to challenge again? Does it turn into MJF versus Hangman? Does it turn into a rematch with Kenny? Kenny is MJF and Hangman at like All In. Does it turn into, and in that case, do they do a reverse? The winner gets their stipulation. It's like if Hangman beats MJF, then he can challenge again. If MJF beats Hangman, then the stipulation stays. Something like that. Do they do just Kenny wins and we're off to the races and Will's kind of odd man out, but still getting the shot? He's just storyline wise not as deeply involved in the title win, but he's still involved in what comes next at Wembley. Like there's a bunch of things at play, which I like, by the way. I like that they keep you guessing because at least now you're
marketing department's the pissed though.
They're pissed. I mean, the marketing department is like 3 people, so it's fine. There's a lot of different avenues they can take, and I like that. So I'm a fan of at least where they're going, and I like that they did surprise you with doing the match next week. Listen, selfishly, yeah, I'd like to see it in Montreal first time, but if it still could be that for all we know. It won't be first time, but the Kenny moment might still come in Montreal. We won't know until we see what happens on Wednesday.
Yeah, all right. I didn't think you actually cared. I was just trying to ask.
No, it didn't. Ultimately, I don't care as long as the matches look good on paper. Because going into Forbidden Door, again, a lot of us were under the impression that we were going to get a lot of really good matches and the night of wrestling was going to be fun. But ultimately, like storyline wise, progressing into All In, we weren't expecting a ton. We knew that there was going to be a winner of the Owen on both sides, and we knew that Mark Briscoe's team was more than likely going to win, and they were going to do that title match sooner than later. But Forbidden Door was a fun show. I'm expecting the same thing with Rebellion, not Rebellion,
Redemption.
Revolution, Redemption, Rebellion. I don't know, but. Yeah, I'm expecting a good redemption show out of all this. Ryan asking, Kenny and MJF both pin each other at the same time. Does beat the TLD. I hope then they split the belt in half.
I don't know if they can do a time limit draw because there's a lot of stuff on this show already, and it's an hour for the world title at the very least, right? There's no way they're cutting these other matches that short to do an hour. Unless Beach Break is 3 hours and we just don't know.
That wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
Is there a collision? There's a collision in Roanoke live on the Saturday.
Yeah.
So there is that. Oh, and they also got their post-game brawl in the ballpark. So Jeff Jarrett must be very excited for that.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing a time limit draw for this. There's just
they've only got 4 things announced.
No, they don't.
That's what's on AEW's website.
Okay, well, AEW's website's wrong. They got this is off the top of my head.
Okay.
They got Jericho and Ciampa.
Yep.
They got the Women's Casino Gauntlet.
Yeah. Hey, that can end with first person gets the pinfall right there.
It's not going to.
Probably not.
They got Takesha and Fletcher.
Yep. That's the international title. Yep.
And they got MJF and Kenny.
Yeah.
Am I missing something?
No.
I got to be missing something.
That's all.
That's it?
That's it for right now.
Oh. All right. Well, take away Jericho. Those other 3 matches aren't going a combined hour. The Women's Casino Gauntlet's going a while.
Oh,
I mean, Jericho and Ciampa you can cut.
Can you? Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you
Jericho and Ciampa. That can be 8 minutes and no one would be mad.
Have they done that match yet? Jericho and Ciampa?
Like ever? I don't think so.
Like in this is the first time they're meeting in this feud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is probably chapter 1. Chapter 2 will be at Redemption, where Jericho gets his win. So I'm guessing Tommy wins this one because he's at home, and then Jericho will win another one because it's home Canada, and then they'll do it again.
Yeah, but the Casino Gauntlet's got to go at least like 20, 25 minutes, right?
That's
like they're going to shortchange that.
This show could be 2.5 hours. Like
I assume it will be. I assume it's going. I don't think. I mean, I thought there was more announced. I really did. I guess because everything feels so big. Like they do have some really good stuff announced. I thought there it was more total, but I guess there is only 3 things. They're not going to do Jericho and Ciampa 8 minutes though. It kind of hinges on that. That's gonna be like 15 minutes for some reason.
It's just like the Ricochet match.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it goes 12. Probably not. So that's 15. That's fine. Let's say the women's Casino Gauntlet match. Let's say we'll put 35 towards that. That's a lot. For
Yeah,
TV.
you're already over, and
That's an hour.
Takeshita and Fletcher's got to be at least 20.
That's fine. So that's an hour 20. And now you add another 60 minutes and you're at 220.
You have literally nothing else. You're not even counting entrances and stuff here.
Who
though.
needs entrances in this match? Come on.
You're not counting video packages. You're not counting anything.
I'm not necessarily married to the women's Casino Gauntlet going.
Yeah, you gotta cut that down.
That thing's going
'cause,
25 at best.
yeah, you gotta go 35 total, including like
I would need-
entrances, post match, and everything. Like, yeah,
I think if this is all that's there,
they're gonna announce more though. It's not gonna be that's all that's there.
No, they'll obviously do we'll hear from, or they'll, maybe someone in action in a squash.
Yeah, Moxley, Osprey, some type of Death Rider stuff. Just in total, yeah, there will be more.
We'll see how the night's going. Honestly, it'd be funny if they open up with the Omega and MJF match. It goes 60 minutes, and everyone's
Guess
like,
you could open
"Shit,
with it.
that's the rest of the night."
Yeah, I guess you could open with it. That's what they did with
Last on Wednesday.
Punk and MJF.
That's fair. But just going back, that they did the world title match to open up this past week too.
Oh, I'm talking like it's a draw though.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, they opened with Punk and MJF. They opened with Osprey and MJF. That wasn't a draw, but that went like 59 minutes. So yeah, they've opened with the match before. So yeah, I could see that. And I thought there was more announced. I still don't think it's going to a time limit draw because I think they're gonna announce more in the week. But all right, I can see the possibility a little bit more than I did 5 minutes ago.
How long did they go at Dynasty? That was 45, I think.
What?
Kenny and MJF at Dynasty.
Oh,
I feel like that was a
was it?
40 minute match, maybe 45. Let me check. What was this for? It went 38:56, so 39 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't think it went quite 45.
Okay, maybe just I'm thinking of all the entrances and stuff. Made it to 45. Yeah, well, MJF has done world title matches open the show a bunch at this point. This will be the third time if they do it this run, because he did it with the did he do Roosh? That was also opening.
Yeah.
MJF.
Yeah, Roosh opened. Yeah, MJF's not opposed to. I mean, he was supposed to open against Darby, but then they, made it later in the night.
That's right. So there's space.
Yeah, I don't. Him opening isn't that big of a deal, honestly. No. The Kevin Knight match, did that open too? That didn't close the show.
That's true.
When he faced this was before he lost it to Darby, but so was the yeah, this is before he lost it to Darby, but yeah, that opened. Yeah, MJF like opening isn't that big of a deal, honestly. Like, it doesn't feel like it should open, but it might be a tip that it's going an hour if it does open.
Yeah,
honestly,
I guess we'll find out. But I'm intrigued, as most people are, and it looks like it'll be a fun episode of Dynamite. And they have that really cool outdoor-ish space that they're going to be running as well on the beach. Kicking myself not going to Florida. Who am I kidding? I want to go to Florida. It sounds like awful. Yeah. What do you think happens first? Time limit draw, or Dave gives a match rating to Mercedes and Maya World?
I think he's supposed to give a match rating today on that. But
oh, really? Wow.
Allegedly.
He said, yeah, the rating will be added later on Twitter and I guess in the Observer itself.
God, I hope he gives it like... So we talked a little bit about this off air.
Yes.
He gave
Kendall and Lola 4.5.
Yeah. I think he's gonna give
4.75.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go 4 and 3. Just to show like, see, I rated it higher.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna believe it though.
And then everyone else is gonna be like, still can't give Mercedes a 5-star match.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It will be like,
You know what he's gonna say? I'm deducting a quarter of a star because I saw the wardrobe malfunction as something that could have been stopped. It could have been prohibited, or could
I
have
hope
stopped.
he doesn't do that.
We'll see what his he won't give an explanation either, because it's not like he's going to do a full ass write up in the Observer after this. He's gonna give it a star rating and he's gonna walk away.
Nah.
But again, star ratings don't matter, so who cares? It's just very funny the way that it's been like, I gotta watch the match because it was different in person versus on the TV. So sure, Dave.
We have great news from the TNA spoilers.
Oh boy.
Thea Hale does advance in the tournament, so she is at least not out in the first round.
Wow, she beat Elena Black?
She didn't face Elena Black, but that's okay. I'm glad you know the bracket.
Did she not face Elena Black?
Not according to the spoilers. Is that... No, she didn't face Elena Black. That's not on the bracket.
Oh, Elena Black is Wendy Chu. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Then who did she...
Are you stupid or are you dumb?
No, they were just...
She faced Harley Hudson.
Oh, it was really fucking
Yeah.
the one who signed the company and dumb. Either way, Thea Hale's going to lose to Indy Hartwell. The finals is Indy versus Marashade.
How dare you?
They already
Elena Black and Wendy Chu, speaking of time limit draws, went to a time limit draw.
Well, what does that mean? They're both eliminated?
I guess.
So M by Elegance gets to move on to a bye.
Sure.
And then Indy Hartwell beats M by Elegance. It's Indy and Marashade. Like, that is your final.
That's unfortunate. It should be Thea Hale.
Yeah, well, there it is. Yes, Thea and Elena did a social media video together. Hooray. Where they mouth over some other bullshits. The Knockouts television title brought to you by AMC. SmackDown's tonight.
I'm not watching.
Let's you want to run?
I'm gonna spoil everything, so sure.
All right. Well, if you want to be spoiled, these are the only things announced as of now for tonight's episode of SmackDown. So whatever else happens, you're just gonna have to decide for yourselves. Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, and
They
Chelsea
lose.
take on Jade Cargill, BFAB Michin.
They win.
The AAA Cruiserweight Championship. El Hijo del Vikingo
Loses.
injured, by the way, has a giant swollen knee and can't compete. But because this match was taped on Monday and he was injured on Tuesday, he's still in it. He takes on Rey Fenix,
Rey Fenix wins.
retains his title. And the undisputed champion, Samuel L. Zayn, will speak.
He gets interrupted by Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso.
Wow.
And they both make a claim to the championship. And Jey Uso looks at Cody Rhodes and he says,
This your warning shot!
but then Jey Uso loses in the main event to Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes gets a title shot on Monday's Raw against Sami Zayn.
Anything else you want to add about this episode?
They announced Lainey Reed and Brie Bella, the fatal influence person who lost last week, now wins this week because we 50-50 everything.
Well, it's because Brie spoke out against AI, and they were just like, can't have this shit happen. And now they're just going to do an AI video for Brie Bella every week for the next 6 weeks.
Sure.
Brian Danielson sitting at home just crying into the trees. I get to be on commentary. SmackDown is 2 hours again tonight, so have fun. If you're watching on Netflix, it's going to be an hour 30 because you get to omit the commercials with that rules. And maybe if we get lucky, they'll put it up early. That would be nice.
I'm not watching this show.
I'll maybe just scream through it. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I'm going to see Jackass.
Brie is too woke, so she gets.
Yeah. I hope people put that, even though this was taped before she did her video. I hope people are like, wow, they buried Brie for speaking out against AI, because that's how they book all their shows. AI heard Brie talking bad about them, and I was like, Brie Bella loses.
Louis sends a super chat. Louis, who can't be bothered to send me NWA Power recaps,
Fair.
but thankfully sends me his money. So thoughts on VAR and the BS red called on Balagon.
Oh, man. Adam Silver wouldn't stand for this because he'd be like, no, he's not suspended for one game. All he did was accidentally step on a guy's Achilles. The dude writhed around in pain, but then still played in the game. Like, I don't think he was hurt or anything. This was nonsense. Like, there's been far far worse stuff going on in this World Cup. It was nonsense. I guess it can't be overturned or it can't be appealed or anything. Maybe it can. I'm not familiar enough with the rules. All I will say is FIFA Peace Prize winner Donald Trump needs to step in and stop this travesty. Do something good for America for once.
He's too busy having big pieces of wood fall off the stage at his poorly attended rally.
Well, sure, but he needs to, do something good for this country and let Balogun play. Step in.
Nice try. Not gonna happen.
Shut down FIFA.
I mean, I'm totally on board with that. Shut down FIFA. Let's go. Canada's gonna make it to the final. They're gonna win this year.
Okay.
Canada. They got a game today, don't they? No, it's tomorrow.
No.
The Canada game's tomorrow.
I think. I'm not familiar with the schedule. I know Argentina plays tonight. I was watching the Portugal game yesterday. I guess Ronaldo is Steph Curry. He can't play at the end of the game. Defensive liability. That's something out there.
Other allegations against him that, it's part of it.
Portugal did win, though. That was a great game. It's been a really good round of 32, and I think it'll be good. I think this is the last day of the round of 32, so looking forward to all the games today.
Today, Australia and Egypt meet at 2 o'clock. Argentina and Cabo Verde are at 6 p.m. and Colombia.
Cabo Verde?
Cabo Verde.
I'm pretty sure it's Cape Verde.
Cabo Verde. Someone else will explain it. And Colombia and Ghana at 9:30.
Oh, it is. Okay. There is a Cape Verde, though. This is a different country. I'm sorry.
You got it. Canada, Morocco is tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Paraguay and France at 5. And Brazil and Norway at 4 on Sunday. That's Sunday.
I was about to say, there's only 2 games tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. That'll be fun. I hope everyone gets their World Cup wish that FIFA shuts down immediately because they are so corrupt.
They are corrupt.
Jeremy, what did we accomplish today?
What was your moment of Thursday, Joel? Spin it back to you.
Oh, okay. Well, the Knockouts division is in full force. Rematches and matches featuring losers of matches from Slammiversary against the winner of the match in a tag team match that didn't also need to happen. So I heard TNA's back, but I didn't realize they were back so bad that they rebounded back to where they were before they fired Tommy Dreamer. That's great. No, your turn.
Are you good? Okay, I thought you were like meditating on your TNA speak there.
No, my mom messaged me at the same time.
Did she want to come on the show?
No, she does not.
Why you ever invite your mother on the show?
My mom's not like your mom. My mom hates being on camera unless it's, just with us.
She shouldn't be on camera.
My mother is one of those like, I don't like being on camera. I don't like being featured on anything. Like she's just one of those.
She had to be on camera. You just are, you put on speakerphone.
No, it's the same thing with voices. She's one of those people.
Wow, burying your mom.
Yeah, I will bury my mom. She started, I can't teach an old dog new tricks. Like, well, you can. You just have to try. But anyway,
Wow.
Go ahead. Your turn.
Wow.
Yeah, listen, there are a bunch of people in this chat who are going to be like, I hear that.
Wow, Joel, just burying your mother. Can't
What's
believe
she going to do? Hear this?
Maybe.
Yeah, you're thinking that my mom knows what YouTube is.
She might. I don't know.
Nope.
Okay. My moment of Thursday was babyface Andrade El Idolo, still babyfacing it up and still macking on women in the front row.
Who was it this week? It was someone that we knew. I forget who it was.
Yeah, I forgot her name too. I apologize, but yes, it was someone that we.
Come on, you chat
that we've
people.
heard
You know
of.
who it was. It was someone we know.
She had like the finger guns, which is very funny.
Well, it's finger bang, baby. It's finger bang season. They're big bang
that
bang
song.
gang fans.
Love that song. It's one of the best songs ever.
What did we accomplish today as we wait for that name of the person?
We accomplished that. I don't know.
Wonderful.
We finally aired the Scarlett interview. That's always good, that we aired the Scarlett interview. I told a fantastic story of how I tricked the kids into blaming each other for their stuffed animals escaping like it was Toy Story. And speaking of, He's not gonna blend in, right? Okay, good.
I hope not.
This is Mousy. Everybody say hi to Mousy.
Oh, don't give it a cookie.
Mousy is basically the tiny one calls it like he's my work watcher effectively. Like he just hangs out with me and watches me work all day. It's a pretty boring job, but someone's got to keep an eye on me, I guess, to ensure I don't get into any shenanigans. Clearly Mousy fails a little bit because I'm always getting into shenanigans, but the tiny one likes when I put the stuffed animals on the toy. Is Mousy gonna take a wheelie? No, Mousy does not drink. Mousy's better than me, and he knows it. Mousy kind of like the supervisor. But Mousy says hello, everybody. Everybody, please say hi and be nice to Mousy, who is basically our 13th child.
Oh, it's too many children.
A lot of children. This one was not conceived in the typical way.
I'm gonna say you wanna say a whole lot of something for this one?
What?
A whole lot of fucking for Mousy.
Well, I don't know how much the kid's watching right now, so I don't.
Oh,
Mousy has seen some things,
No.
hanging out in the room all day.
Mousy, no.
Mousy has seen a lot of shenanigans in this room.
I'm still a terrible influence. Mousy's gonna co-host the TNA post show. Mousy, what did you think? It sucked. Terrible.
My wife said that I moved the phone away. Apparently the kid was watching, but she said I moved the phone away. I knew where that was going. So like Mousy will always be tossed. Like if I'm sitting on the bed, Mousy will always be tossed, next to me and stuff. And then, by the end of the night, Mousy's on the floor because we're like, get out of here.
Mousy's watching.
And the tiny one will be like, why is Mousy on the floor? I'm like, well, he decided to do some exercise, He decided to want to wander off a little bit, explore the rest of the room.
Yeah, I wanted to keep up. I get it. Oh my God.
These poor children, they're going to look back one day and be like, what in the hell?
Therapy.
They're going to get it one day, and it's going to be very sad.
Therapy.
But they're going to get it one day.
So much therapy.
Not really. We're not, we're not doing anything wrong, you know?
Neither were my parents, and I'm still in therapy.
Over that?
Well, I mean, listen, if you're a young Jewish man and you have you have Jewish parents, you understand therapy is needed.
Yeah, that's fair, but
go to therapy, kids.
I have finished The Penguin. I meant to mention this earlier, but I have finished The Penguin. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Oswald Cobblepot is like one of the most despicable human beings ever, honestly. I kind of thought, this is a spoiler, everybody. It's been like a year since this has been out. I kind of figured Vic was going to die. I just didn't know how. And the fact that like Oz just completely murdered him in that way, I was like, Jesus. And yeah, he wasn't going to like save his mom, even though he loves his mom and has very weird fantasies about his mom. Like he was still just going to let her get her finger chopped off and everything. That dude sucks. But his mom isn't great either, but she's going through a lot of shit, so I can kind of understand. That. But nah, it was a really good show. Thank you guys for recommending that and the Batman. I am now watching the final season of The Bear. I started that last night. I'll get through that, and then once I finish that, I'm going to need new show recommendations. Once again, I prefer things that are completely finished. The Bear is an exception because I was watching that already, and so the final season just got released, so I have to finish that. But I prefer shows that are finished, and so I don't have to like watch one season, forget what the hell happened by the time it comes back around, and then try to pick up. I want to be able to start and finish an entire series. So please give me more recommendations. But I did really love the Penguin. That was a good shout by everybody. That was good stuff.
Glad it worked out. I will be watching nothing today.
I'm going to go watch the Jackass movie, hopefully.
It's true. Go enjoy that.
Yeah.
If you're watching SmackDown, go enjoy that.
No.
Find something to do. I don't know what Monday's going to bring because we're going to be talking about...
We're on main channel, too.
Oh, no. Oh. That show's gonna suck. Well, good luck to us, I guess. I hope they have fun. They have a good show on Saturday.
I think main channel needs to be soliciting suggestions for the charity stream.
Yes, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's try to no. Oh God, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, there's no collision because that was last night.
Last night. Yeah,
It's gonna be the thumbnail is gonna be like Cody. Like, is Cody going to win the title back? So yeah, all right.
Something comes out between now and then, because otherwise we are boned. Okay.
We'll review SmackDown, but yeah, I'm not watching it live. I'll watch it tomorrow, maybe.
You're okay. So here's the thing: this weekend you have to have an incredible story-filled weekend.
No.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess we're screwed now.
I don't want to do anything this weekend. I'd like a break after last weekend.
Oh, at least there's no real wrestling to have to worry about.
Yeah. It's July 4th weekend. Everyone just like chill. I assume like America is going to just collapse.
Implode, please.
Yeah.
God bless. I have no idea what. Is there any? There no show. It's GCW doing their backyard wrestling.
Yeah, they're doing that, but like that's just, a silly little show.
Well, that's the best part.
There is New Japan. There is New Japan tomorrow. Joel doesn't watch New Japan though.
I mean, if I have to, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, who am I kidding?
Joel's not gonna watch New Japan. We know this.
Listen, we're trying here, okay? We're gonna make it work.
New Japan shows, at least tomorrow's show is just like nothing but multi-man tags, and Monday's show has got a little bit at least. Monday's show's at least got the G1 block finals, so well, at least I think it's also Tiger Mask last match. Is that I think Monday's show is Tiger Mask last match. Monday's show is actually kind of an important show, but Saturday show is nothing. You should like watch Monday's show if you won't, but you should.
I mean, I'll see parts of it. I'm sure I will.
Okay.
The last thing I want to say is stop using AI when you have a perfectly good graphics team who can make these things for you. That's my shot to you, Athena. Congratulations. 1,300 days as ROH Women's World Champion, but don't use AI for that shit.
Did she use AI?
Oh, yeah, that's hokey as hell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everyone was just like, yes, queen. I was just like, you're the same people who hate on AI. You don't see this, eh? All right, well, good for you. Yeah, we'll probably talk about the Taylor Swift wedding as well. I know. Okay. I saw what you had to say about that on the internet, and I think you were right.
Yeah. It's just going to be an album announcement.
I love there was the one thing about was it people seeing a bed being brought in, and they're just like, what are they doing for this wedding?
They gonna be fucking. Bless them.
You got to consummate the marriage legally.
Yeah.
In Jewish tradition, you got to consummate the marriage that way. So you bring the bed in. Is this a Jewish wedding? Stay tuned. Anyway, we're
Bless
back.
them.
So this is there's a comment in the chat that is very apt for this conversation. But anyway, we're back on Monday, main channel, I guess, talking about who knows what for how long, I don't know. Maybe we'll try and get an interview. We'll do something. Let's hit up TNA. I'm sure they'd love to have people on the show.
With that.
I won't be doing it. Anything we have left to talk about today, or anything you want to put over before we get out of here?
Mana, the final boss. And here we go. This is how good.
Hey, Rock! Go fuck yourself!
And here we go. My ice is like melted almost.
Oh, it's going to make it even better.
I get it's just going to be like watered down. Oh, I kind of feel like I poured a little heavy, strong there. It's
right.
half ice,
Okay.
so that'll be fun. Cheers to the freaking weekend or something.
250 years of mediocrity down the hatch. Oh, cheers to the American nightmare. May it forever reign supreme.
That was very watery. Yeah, I let the ice sit too long. That's my fault.
I appreciate that.
And it's still good, but like it was very watery. Yeah.
Main channel Monday. Are we going to survive? We'll find out. Do not blow a piece of your body up for science. It's a bad idea. Happy 4th to those who will be celebrating, and celebrate responsibly. For Jeremy Lambert, for Mousy, you know who I am, you know who he is, and ladies and gentlemen, friends beyond the binary, we'll see you in the next one. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers.